Are we live? I think we are. Are we? I think we are. Hopefully. Hi, everybody. This is Mr. Brown. It is Sunday, May the 25th, 2025. I am Brune, and I trust you are all doing mightily fine today. Should we just get the guests on? Let's do this. Okay. First up, the channel's very own reach around droid. Don't fuck that up. Here, look, here we go.
Hello, Sailor.
Oh, I got a boomer over there. I was going to do a script, but I thought, no, I'll do it from memory, but my memory's short. Hi, Z. Oh, it's great to have you back.
Hi, it's all those drugs you did in the 90s. That's what it is.
Can't remember the 90s, mate.
Exactly.
How are you doing, my friend?
I'm very well, thank you, Brune.
Oh, it's great to have you back on Sundays, mate.
It's great to be back with all you lovely people.
How's that motivator settling down? Is it okay?
A little bit worn out after decorating all weekend.
Oh, nice. Decorating again? Do you decorate every weekend, nearly?
I know, I've got a new red arm.
Or does it just seem like it?
It just seems like it.
And on that bombshell, it is genuinely great to have you on, mate. Shall we get the next peep on?
Go on, do it. Dead or
okay,
alive.
it is your... Yes, it is your buddy, the golden reach around. It's not. Hi, Prof. You right?
Hello. I am not the golden reach around a droid of
you are
choice,
the dustbin,
but yes, the Star Wars dustbin of choice.
The metaphor of Star Wars. Look at that, everybody. That's proper Star Wars right there on the screen. Look at that, everybody. That is proper Star Wars. Look at that.
R2 Bintu, it is you.
There you go.
Yes, there it
Prof,
is.
great to have you on, mate.
Good to be here.
Okay, shall we get the next
Let's do it.
peep on? Who's buying something? Okay. Oh, spot for choice. He wasn't here last week, everybody, but he's back. I make videos and things, you know, and know. Leslie Headland.
That's not very close at all. It doesn't sound anything like me.
It does in my head, Price. Hello, Price.
It's the strangest impression that I've ever heard of myself, actually.
How you doing, mate?
I'm doing good.
Good. You sure?
Positive, yeah.
I do videos and stuff.
Do videos and do videos. I do videos, everybody.
I heard he was an AI.
It's true.
It's uncanny, yes. Price, great to have you, mate. Shall we get the next body
Absolutely.
on?
Let's get the next person.
Oh, sorry. I was spot on. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, I thought I was. In my head, I was, anyway. Oh, look who it is, everybody. Clue. Oh, it's shit. Hello, Ed.
Hello.
All right.
Yeah, fine. How's everybody?
But
I'm good.
Loving Professor's avatar.
good, isn't it? Yeah.
In the bin.
In the bin, yeah. You should have that as the in the bin. Professor R2's in the bin category. That's what we should have. That's really good. Cool.
In the R2, in the prof. New section, in the prof.
Only Z knows how that goes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ian, how's Rebecca Platinum going?
It's almost done.
What?
So once it's done, it'll be done, and then people can watch it.
What?
So there you go. Yeah.
And on that bombshell, there is another.
There is another.
My mic is knackered already, but I'll persevere.
An OG person.
Look who it is, everybody. Whee.
Swappers.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody. Not pissed, you know.
Well, how's the cakes?
I've eaten them all. It's my birthday, so I thought it was my right as a Sith Lord to devastate my entire cake shop.
Yes,
No
it's
one
the-
else from the Death Star gets one but me.
It's the Emperor's birthday today.
It is. Happy
How old
birthday.
are you?
316.
Sweet 16.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Yeah.
It's my 17th teenage. So I've developed the throne room into a shag pad. So later on, after the show, when I've guzzled too many Romulan star ales, I'll be nailing every female stormtrooper that is in my ranks.
We've got a request already. Atom Grey wrenched.
Yes, Atom Grey in the chat. That little wrenched, ghosty bastard. Says, hey, Nicky Lanahan.
How old are you, mate?
Who the fuck is Nicky Lanahan anyway?
No idea.
Somebody
He's
who's
in the
not been,
chat.
not been seen for a long time. Nicky, where are you? Where are
Yes,
you?
we met him, whatever it is. Yes, I've forgotten how old I am. Stop asking me that.
Swappers, it's great to have you on, mate.
I would just like to say, Professor R2's avatar is quite delectable. What happened when someone stepped on his pedal? Did it give him pleasure or pain, I wonder?
Pain.
It's quite enjoyable, actually.
I knew it, you pervy little bastard.
Talk about hogging the show. Shall
So we get on with it.
I
We
will
do,
need to,
we do, yes.
I
yes,
will
yes.
need to reset my mic in a minute, but persevere for a moment.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
New browser,
Oh,
you see. It's not a
Mr. Cruz.
Okay. Chat, we can see you. Good evening. Hope you are doing dandy. Okay. Episode 282, Musings. Today's date. Mr. Cruz there, everybody.
Doodaloo,
Do-do-do, do-do.
doodaloo, doodoo.
Please like, share, subscribe. Okay. Mobland. Who's up to date with Mobland?
I am.
Anyone else? One episode to
Yes.
go, I do believe.
Yes, yes.
Z.
I'm just wondering how they're all going to tie it up. I mean, has it been confirmed for a second season?
Apparently, no spoilers, by the way, but it was written for 20 episodes, apparently. So
Yeah.
I haven't seen
take it what you will. So,
Because I really want to know a lot more about Cat,
oh yeah,
Yes. Yes. Very much.
definitely. And what's going to happen to Maeve? I honestly don't know. Can't give any spoilers away.
what can you give away, Z? While I reset my mic, please.
Well, I don't think anybody knows what's really going on in this series at the moment. It's so complicated, but it's so engaging, very refreshing, I would say.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the best bit of TV we've had in the last 5 years, but it's pretty up there.
It's no accolade, but you know.
Oh yeah.
Like, fuck.
Yes. No, actually, this most recent episode, I don't know. I felt like there was a lot of filler in there. There's the whole storyline with Kevin trying to chase down this guy from his past that I just don't care even the slightest bit about. That filled a big chunk of this episode. And then, there was some stuff that came out, some among the family near the end of the episode, and a bunch of things that were going on. I don't know what that's going to mean going forward, but I'm still very interested. I'm very very excited to see the finale for this season. I would bet this gets at least one more season.
I hope so. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I hope so. Yeah,
Yes.
I mean, I think a lot of the mole stuff has been a lot of misdirects, and I think we're going to get surprised in that final episode. Well, maybe not. I don't know. But
Yeah.
that's the thing that keeps me engaged to it.
The thing is that with the amount of stars that's in this, it's going to be really difficult for them to give it another season.
Well, don't
because-
talk like that, Ian. 'Cause
No,
it's
well,
amazing.
Paramount's losing money, and they're just barely surviving at the moment, especially what's happening in Hollywood. So I wouldn't be surprised if they ended it here with this season. I haven't seen it, obviously. I haven't seen it.
Welcome to Thinking Positive with.
if they
No,
if they
just stating a fact. Well,
yeah,
not a
if
fact,
they would
but-
just stop throwing money away on Star Trek, they'd have plenty.
Yep.
Who is Harry?
Lord knows. I have no idea what you're talking
That's the
about.
question, isn't
Mhm.
it? What is Harry's background?
Is Piers good in this then?
Yeah,
Well,
you know what?
Piers good.
Everybody's good in it.
Oh,
For a natural Irishman, he's got the most unconvincing Irish accent I've ever heard in my entire life.
It's not great, is it? No.
well, it's because he's lived in America for so long and he's kind of lost his roots a bit. He actually said that when he was doing that TV show. I can't remember what TV show he was doing. He got famous for
Remington
Steel.
Steel. It's about razors, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
All I can say, folks, Mobland. If you've not got Paramount Plus from next weekend, get your 7-day trial. Just binge it. It's fantastic.
I haven't seen it myself, of course. I don't get to watch television anymore. But I've seen the porn parody called Mobland. Which gives the name Pierce Brosnan a completely different meaning.
And on that bombshell, check it out from next week, everybody. That's Mobland.
Oh.
So this is the Tom Cruise Mission Impossible Final Reckoning.
Mm.
I've seen it.
I've seen it. I'll let Price go first, I guess.
Yeah, I mean,
Are we
this is
doing
the type-
spoilers first?
there
There's
isn't
nothing
really
to
a lot to spoil here.
There isn't,
like
no.
even if I wanted to spoil something, I don't think I'm spoiling anything for anybody. But I will say that I'm the exact target audience for this type of movie. I'm like a lock. You know what I mean? It's exactly the type of movie that I want to see, which is why it's so disappointing that it's probably one of the worst entries in the entire franchise. I mean,
What?
has to be one of the bottom 2 entries of this franchise. It
Obviously, the top one being that abomination that's number 2.
you know what? I actually think that 2 may have been a bit better than this because
Oh my
as over the
God.
top and silly as 2 is, there are some ideas in it that I didn't mind, and I don't know, maybe it's of its time, it's a little more innocent or whatever it is. They should have known better for this one. And you could tell that there's production value. It's not like poorly produced.
Yeah.
Tom Cruise is still great in the role, but man, I can't understand how they allowed for this screenplay to be their actual screenplay, because instead of sort of wrapping up whatever they were trying to do with the previous movie, like it or not, it feels like they didn't quite know what they wanted to do at all, and they sort of doubled down on all of this AI stuff, which they're not really good at. It doesn't seem like something that they're good at explaining. And like people were saying in the comments, ton of exposition. The first hour just feels like they're trying to remind you what you saw in the previous movie. The second hour, not enough action. When there is action, it's fine, but just a bunch of like hopping from location to location, not really doing much of anything. And even the third hour, that's supposed to be this kind of grand finale, with the exception of some cool action sequences that Tom Cruise does all the stunt work on, I think that even that was pretty lackluster.
That's very damning.
I mean, you saw it too. Am I crazy? What did you think about it?
Yeah, I've seen it. Ian, do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Or next?
I kind of enjoyed it. It was okay. It wasn't great. I can see, as a filmmaker, though, I can see what happened. So this is my guess, right? So basically, the Dead Reckoning was fucked because of the
Hoove.
yes, I didn't want to say it because of that. Okay, right, and that dominoed throughout the rest of it with this one as well. And someone, and I think it was McCory, basically came up with this stupid idea of connecting this film to everything in the past, which is stupid. It's such a stupid idea. But you can tell that it was like a patchwork thing where you could see the real story underneath it, and then they kind of slap on something that he just thought of, and they put it in there, and then and the film kept going that way because there was no natural movement to the film, if you know what I mean. It was just like a bunch of set pieces and explaining the plot and showing, you know, what he did in the past and stuff like that. I think somebody made the decision and went, right, this is the final one. We're gonna you know, go out like this and show the audience that what he did in the past and how great the films were in the past and how great this whole series is, and that's I think that's what they did. And also, right, they've taken it to the extreme now, where an eye blink to save the world. I mean, I'm giving a little bit spoilers here, which I thought was so stupid, so incredibly stupid, right? And there were little bits in there like that guy that was Jim Phelps' son or something like that. It's like, what the
That
fuck
was the
that
dumbest
about?
part. That was so dumb.
What? And it didn't lead anywhere either. You know what I mean? It's
No,
like, you know,
no.
it didn't go anywhere. And then he gives him the gun and he shakes his hand. I'm like, what was that all about? And it's the same thing with the rabbit's foot as well. Rabbit's foot. They're saying that you're responsible for this AI thing because you saved the rat. I'm like, what are you talking about? What?
Isn't the rabbit's foot a biological weapon?
Yes, it was. But they changed it in this film. They retconned it as
They
it was something
retconned
to
it.
do
It was
with...
so stupid. It
Well,
was
that doesn't
so
make any
stupid.
sense.
It doesn't make any sense. But what I'm saying is that you can see it was a patchwork. And don't even talk to me about the ending.
Do you think
Why-
the AI wrote it?
Yeah, why on earth? Maybe you can answer this question, Price.
They didn't
Why
know
on
time to
earth-
die on it.
Why on earth did they do that ending where they're in England and they're all standing apart and nobody says anything? Why didn't they just meet in the middle and go, all right, how you doing? You know, I'm glad you survived and all that nonsense, but they didn't. What was the whole point of that? And it didn't feel anything for anyone. I didn't care about anyone.
You
in
know
this
what?
film.
You know what I think? Maybe there was also like a tug of war behind the scenes where like Tom Cruise is like, I'm going to make 10 more of these. And they said, no, this is like the last one you'll ever do. We're
Yeah.
not funding anymore or whatever it is. So
Mm.
they kind of ended it in a way that's indecisive, meaning instead of
Yeah.
them meeting up and having a dialogue and being, wow, these were some nice adventures. I'm going to retire now. I'm going to keep this stupid AI thing with me. Yeah, you better guard it, bro. And they all have like beers. Kind of like in the
Yeah.
Fast and Furious, you know what I mean? Like they're
Yeah.
all like, you know, having beers together and finishing it up.
Tom
Instead,
Cruise
they
goes,
just stand and all have make
"Family."
weird faces at each other, and the movie
Yeah.
ends. So you don't
what-
really know what's going on.
What was the point of Mantis either? Why was she in the movie? She did absolutely nothing in the movie.
Nothing,
She's
nothing
just
at all.
in the background. Just like
Well,
what?
She wanted to take out Gabriel, and then the only
Yeah.
moment that she could have, they're just like, oh no, sorry, can't
Exactly.
do it.
Yeah.
Well, they had
and-
she was inserted because they had a Paris on the original IMF team, who's played by Leonard Nimoy.
But listen, also another thing, right, that really pissed me off about this film. Okay, right. I even though I'm sounding a bit negative about the film, it is very enjoyable. There's some really good moments in there, right? The ending, right? This is I've noticed this trend in movies, right? Let's talk Endgame, right? All we wanted to see was Thanos to get beaten to shit by the Hulk or Thor or Captain America. We wanted that. Then I wanted that, right? But it didn't happen, right? And it's the same thing with every film that's preceded it, right? This one, when he was hanging off that plane and he was going to take on Gabriel, I thought the music will rise and then he'll literally beat the crap out of him in the plane. But no, it ends in such a stupid way that I just thought, they don't even give us anything. What about Die Hard when he goes, you know, yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker, when he shoots the guy and he goes through the window and he's hanging on to the watch? That was so satisfying. That was a satisfying end to the villain. With
Right,
this
it
one,
was just-
it's so unsatisfying. Do you
It's
know
just
what I
like a
mean?
joke. The way that he dies
Yeah.
is almost like a gag.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree.
And it seems to be a trend going through movies. As I said, it started off with Endgame, where Thanos needed to get a beating. He really did need to get a beating,
Yeah.
but he didn't get anything. He just faded away.
Should have been Hulk.
Yes, it
Yeah,
should have
you
been the
know,
Hulk.
I still will say that there was something symbolic with Tony Stark and the thing and him disappearing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not the same. I think that arguably what we saw in Mission Impossible here is worse than that. That was a creative choice that maybe some people liked or didn't. In this case, there's no like elaborate Thanos then that made half the people disappear. So him disappearing it's sort of a comeuppance of sorts.
Yeah, but he should have got beaten before he disappeared.
Fine, I accept that. It would have been nice to see him getting beaten by the Hulk. They made him a loser of the Hulk. That was dumb. I accept what you're saying. I still will argue that in Mission Impossible 8 or whatever you want to call it, Final Reckoning, that thing with Gabriel is much, much worse.
It is. It is. It is so much
It
worse.
is worse.
It is. And just saying that again, right? I've noticed this now in loads of movies. The ending's never satisfying. The villain never gets something that satisfies you. You know what I mean? We just don't get it anymore. What is it got something to do with masculinity now?
Yes,
I don't know.
yes. They need to, like, be sensitive at the end. The same thing, Captain Falcon. Captain Falcon at the end, he's against the Red Hulk, and then he talks to him. So the Red Hulk feels bad, turns into Harrison Ford. Harrison Ford goes to jail, and then like Captain Falcon throws him a bone, brings him an awkward looking Liv Tyler who looks like she was pasted via CGI. And or AI or both, and then that's where the movie ends.
That's what I'm saying. But anyway, it was okay. As I said, there
were
some
you
nice moments in there. I was actually. I was
entertained. Yes.
But you come out, it's like eating a really nice piece of steak,
McDonald's,
and suddenly you bite into it, and there's a huge bone, and it cuts your lip. That's what it feels like. When I came out the cinema, I'm like, that could have been 10 times better than what it was. It could have been so much better.
In my review, I gave it a passing grade, but not like passing with flying colors. It's a decent enough production. I could still sit there and watch it, but man, I was disappointed. I feel like with just a minimal effort and some thought here, even under all the pressure they were under with the coup and all that other stuff that happened previously, they could have come up with a much simpler. Make it 2 hours and make it a throwback to the beginning, just a gritty adventure. Forget about the AI, just focus on Gabriel, maybe putting together an army, doing some kind of like, planning some kind of attack, and those guys working together as a team again and getting rid of him. Would have really preferred that.
Also, what's the point of him crawling into that mummy thing? And the AI
so stupid.
AI telling him what's going to do.
I didn't
what the hell?
I have another question. I have another question for you. So in the last movie, what happened is that he ended up with the key that's like the key to the AI. Okay.
Yes.
So I hadn't rewatched that movie in a very long. I saw it when it came out, but it's not like I sat around and watched it 20 more times. I remembered he had the key, so I thought to myself, okay. Well, I guess that means that now he's controlling the AI, or if nothing else, he can probably neutralize it. Now in this one, the thing starts, and it's like that key doesn't even help him in any way. It doesn't even do anything.
Well, it helps. It helps him open the lock so he can get that little square thing out. Remember when he goes in the submarine and he goes underneath? So it helped him get that square thing so he can connect it to the thing that Luther gave him. So that's why the key was important. But what was really stupid, you can tell that we're making up as they went along, was suddenly now Gabriel was out of favor with the AI because he failed according to
what I would have I know how to fix this movie. You know what I would have done? You know how before the credits there's like a cool action scene? The cool action scene is he's working with his team. They're all on comms or whatever. They're on a boat in the ocean. He's diving into that stupid submarine right in the first few minutes. Like, don't even think about how he got there. Nobody cares. He's in the submarine. He does the key thing, neutralizes the AI, and the AI is out of the picture even before the credits. You know what I mean? Just get rid of this stupid thing. I never want to hear about this AI again. Have him do the key. You see him twist, and then finally after he twists, there's a theme song. And that's it. You got rid of it. And it seemed like everything is great. They've neutralized everything. But now it turns out that Gabriel is quietly putting together an army, and they're planning something big that has nothing to do with that AI. And the final the final showdown now between Tom Cruise and Gabriel, that's what it should have been here, with his team working with him, as a team, not just scattered all over the world like they did in this one.
And also, do you remember when he was on the plane, he goes, I'm the only one that's got a parachute. Do you remember that bit? I was laughing at the cinema going, and then suddenly he's got one. I'm like, where did he get that one from?
Where did he get that one from?
I don't know.
He never even explained it. It feels like maybe initially they wanted the character to die, and then they're just like, no, let's just have him, like, we won't explain it, but he has a parachute.
It's his emergency parachute.
Also,
parachutes.
Kittrick should be wanted by the authorities now because he tried to steal the whole thing from Tom Cruise so he can have control over the AI. So Lord knows why he was going back in the helicopter with what's his name, Jim Phelps' son, whatever, going back. They would arrest him on spot because obviously Tom Cruise would have told him the best thing to do is shoot Tom Cruise so that the secret is dead, and then could go back to work. But they didn't. They just left him standing there, or they gave him a lift, didn't they? At the end, on a helicopter.
Also, I have another question. It's not even explained, but he just like recruited that guy. I don't remember his name. The guy that was the partner of the
black guy. Yeah.
He just switched sides. Like the next scene, he's just with them, and like nobody's like, "How did this happen? Didn't he have to do an agreement? Why did they bring him?" Like nobody is explaining anything. There are key parts of this movie, and I'll just tell you, the worst part is he's supposed to meet them after he leaves that submarine in the ice. And there's supposed to be this big scene of what happens there, and they kind of just skip over it. I never saw technically how they did it. You know what I'm saying? Like there is a chunk from the movie that is actually important that they just edited out.
Yeah, I know, and it's again right. And he goes on the boat, whatever is it, the big boat. And there's a woman in charge. It's like this woman with blonde hair. I don't even know who she is. She's some famous British actress, whatever.
She is, British.
And I'm like, why? I mean, how many do we have females that have that kind of command over something like that? I don't know, but it seems forced to me. It seems forced.
What, Hannah Waddington?
I don't even know who she is.
She was from Ted Lasso, and they brought her to do an American accent on a submarine.
It was the exposition got me.
Because a lot of exposition.
I think they were trying to cater for the people who'd never seen any of the previous movies. And I think what they should have done was trust the audience that, one, they're capable of knowing what's going on, and that most of the audience watching the movie would be people who have seen all the movies. So I don't need to be spoon-fed exposition. It got to the point where, yes, a little bit, but it was just lines and lines and lines. So much it was starting to get annoying.
I didn't get bored.
Insulting.
I didn't get bored.
No. The 2 hours 50 minutes just zipped by.
The bit in the submarine was really good.
Incredible.
I thought, there was moments where you thought, how the hell is he going to get out of this then? Do you know what I mean? And the thing is, though, they were telling him that if you take your spoiler, if you take your suit off, you will die, right? And he does. How comes he's not dead? It's just the whole thing.
Movie can happen.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, but he was in the sub though. But then did he?
No, we had to take.
Then he went out, didn't he?
Yes, he went outside.
Yeah, the pressure would have killed him. Yeah,
and also he would have frozen to death as well.
Well, the pressure would have got him first.
Yeah.
I have another question. In the Dead Reckoning one, they show a flashback where Ethan was young and Gabriel killed some woman, and I guess they pinned the murder on him. I really wanted to know what that was. I feel like I needed to know more about that whole incident.
You know, I know about that. I know about that because I have a friend that she's an Italian actress, and I have a friend that knows her, and they had contracted her to have a bigger part in the second part, but it's obvious they were making up as they went along, and they literally ditched that storyline. So there's meant to be in the original script, according to her, there's a flashback with him and her because that was his first love, and Gabriel killed her. That's why it's not satisfying at the ending when he's on the plane, the way that he got rid of Gabriel.
They just phoned it in. They phoned in the whole story for the last one. They phoned it in. It's the truth.
But the thing is, though, it's not a bad movie. I do recommend going and seeing it because it has some really nice moments.
If you enjoy Mission Impossible, you will enjoy it.
Yeah, there's so many mistakes in this film, though. It's really incredible coming from someone like Tom Cruise, who's a really good filmmaker and a really good ambassador for Hollywood and one of the last movie stars. It's a shame he goes out this way on on this
It's
film.
uncharacteristic of him, but I do believe that pressure was put on him. I feel like this isn't the movie he wanted to make. This is the movie that he was sort of pressured into making, and it's kind of a shame that at the end they managed to push him around, because usually he doesn't get pushed around, which is good for us as viewers.
Here you go, Drew Gordon Wrench. It is a bad movie.
Oh, I mean,
in ways, it is.
A bad movie is, I don't know, Last Jedi. That's a really bad movie. I wouldn't even class it. I wouldn't class it in that class, basically. But it is very entertaining. I went with my friend, a female friend, and she was grabbing my arm.
What? I thought it was grabbing your ass. That's
right. I thought she was grabbing something else completely, which that would have made it a good movie.
That happened later.
Draconis. Hello, my friend.
No wonder you like the movie, Ian.
Cruise is a real one and deserves the love and support of the audience. He does.
He does. Yeah. And as I said, right, a lot of people are holding on to their well, she was holding to my arm, squeezing my arm, because she was obviously, there was loads of tense moments in it and stuff like that. So it does work with an audience, but it's a shame that it's not a solid thing. The script wasn't very good. The performances were phoned in, as far as I'm concerned.
George's Rex. This is a bad movie. It's like the rise of Soy Walker.
The moral of the story here is that Brown and I should have taken a hot woman to see this movie with us, and maybe we'd have bigger smiles on our faces like you.
But I don't know. As I said, right, I didn't see it in IMAX. I saw it in the biggest screen I could find, because in my Cineworld they got super screen, so we saw it on a super screen. Yeah. It did look great. It is well shot, but unfortunately, it just doesn't work as a last one. It's very disappointing compared to what's that one with Henry Cavill?
Fallout.
Fallout. That's probably
was
the best
great.
One.
Yeah, Fallout's the best one.
Yeah, I like that, and Rogue Nation.
Yeah, Rogue Nation was good as well.
With what you said, Ian, I genuinely think COVID did both of these movies. Yeah.
The dominoed effect on this one, I reckon.
Yeah.
As I said, right, this is true, right? Because my friend knows the Italian girl, and he was going to be in one of his movies, and they were talking about it. They went to lunch, and my friend said that she's got a bigger part in the second version of and it wasn't even there. You didn't even see the flashback. Oh, you did actually. I think you saw a bit of it. Yeah. So there you go.
Did you notice how was it Katie O'Brien character woman saved him in that fight in the sun?
Yeah. I mean, Bryce and Ian, right? I think Tom Cruise has a weird body. It's weird. It's like it's all crushed at the bottom.
No, it's just no.
It just looks weird. I don't know what it is.
No upper chest, no upper chest development. That's all.
Yeah, it's weird. Don't you think? I don't know what you guys think. Because
I don't know. The guy's in his 60s. I
love
to look like that in my 60s.
In a month or so.
Yeah.
If you look like that in your 60s, that's a good
and
way.
Doing all your own stunts, just amazing.
Yeah.
The flight the biplane sequence, fantastic.
Yeah, it was a good sequence, but it could have been so much better with a better climax and a better.
It's a payoff to something that with no setup, meaning it could have been an amazing payoff. Even that I would have fixed the way Gabriel goes out, but I'm saying it could have been an amazing, like you said, climactic scene, a great payoff to a lot of setups in the movie, but instead it just kind of feels random and out of left field.
Yeah. You've said this before. Another mistake was they did the No Time to Die, trying to put everything together of all the films.
Yeah, they did.
And
dumb.
Dumb.
And I there's some nice moments in it. The Simon Pegg bit at the ending when he kept phasing in and out. I thought that was quite fun. I don't know what you guys thought.
I wanted to see Simon Pegg at the end. That apparently he's banging Tom Clemente.
What's her name? Yeah,
because it looked like she was kind of into him, and I'm like, oh, finally he's gonna not be such a weirdo. Like at the end, he's gonna have some like decent looking lady with him, but they didn't even follow up with that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, again, right? I'd still recommend this film. I think it's a lot of fun watching. It is a theatrical, cinematic movie, so
The
you
set
should go and
pieces
see
are
it.
incredible.
Yeah,
The set
they are.
pieces are
Yeah,
incredible.
yeah, they are. So it is worth it going to see it for those bits, but it isn't a very good movie, in my opinion. But there you go. That's just my opinion.
Here you go. No. You are sad, saggy old folks really going to criticize to. Come on, man.
Well,
I can criticize him. I think he looks great for his age, and I'd love
Yeah,
to look
fuck
great at
Yeah.
my age.
he looks weird. He looks weird. That's just my opinion, of course, right? But the thing is, though, I keep saying this to people who keep making comments like that. We're here to criticize stuff. This is what we do. So don't be too surprised. Criticize. What we're not here to criticize stuff. We're here to make food or something, Ian. What are you talking about?
I hope I can look as good at 60. He's 63 in about a month. Yeah.
He looks good.
I'm disappointed for Tom, if anything, because we all wanted this to be good, especially after the last one.
I think as years go by, he is gonna actually admit that this film wasn't a good one. I reckon, but he can't say anything now, obviously, because he's trying to promote it. He will.
He will at some point, but he won't do
Yeah.
it for another like 5 years or something.
Yeah,
They were playing catch up from the last one, weren't they?
It was more than catch up. I feel like there was a struggle behind the scenes because if you know what happened, the previous one, Dead Reckoning, which was supposed to be part 1 and 2, this was all planned before the coup. Once the coup hit, the thing ballooned out of control, the budget, and he still insisted on finishing it. And I think that once they were done with the way the budget ballooned and the marketing for it, and the fact that they released it 1 week before Barbenheimer, which was a mistake, and that there was a limit in IMAX theaters, which because of Barbenheimer, which was another mistake. It ended up that the movie didn't perform the way it should have, but then it also caused tension with Tom Cruise and even behind the scenes, I think, with Paramount. And then they're like, well, what are you going to do with the next one? And then there's all this talk about, well, let's finish the series. We don't want another Dead Reckoning Part 1. And then they changed it so it's not Part 1. And I think that once there's too many people complaining and pointing fingers at each other, and under that kind of pressure, even Cruise, I guess at the end, it impacts the movie. And that's why rather than improving on Dead Reckoning 1 and learning from its mistakes, whatever mistakes were there, the opposite. They didn't learn anything, and they really fell off.
Down a little bit.
Well, I think what happened was that when they were shooting the first one, they literally shot a lot of the second one. So that's why I say it's like a patchwork. So what happens when you've already shot bits of the second one and the story has to change because of the domino effect that you messed around with the first one?
Probably, yeah.
So when you're confronted with that, all you can do is just throw stuff at it and try and make it up as you go along, so that everything connects.
Yeah.
And that's what they came up with, making everything connect in this film to the old films. And it's like, no, that's a stupid idea, but that's what they went with.
Should have been its own thing in its own right.
Yeah,
but they tried to just fill it with member berries.
and also
and they weren't needed.
They tried to stretch it as well. Like I said, the ending, right? Why weren't they allowed to talk to each other? Or was it that most of the stars couldn't get there at the same time? So they shot them separately?
Also possible. It's
that
also
could have been possible, yeah. So it was just weird.
Okay. Weird. Okay, shall we move on from that?
I would just like to say, Brown, it might surprise you greatly, but I have not seen this film, or the one before it, indeed. But I have seen another version of it, starring Haley Atwell as the main character. Yeah, indeed. It's all to do with their search for industrial military weapons-grade sanitary towel. The title's very simple. It's called Python Impossible. But I think you'll find that her panty liner was quite operational when her urine arrived.
Do you remember that bit where she has to give the kiss of life to Tom Cruise? and all you could see was her boobs.
Oh, that was fantastic.
Do you remember that scene?
That was a highlight. That was
Best kiss
good.
of life ever.
Yes, yes, that
That
was
was
Yeah.
great. That was.
I was
They
like,
knew what they were doing.
I was sitting there going, they know what they're doing.
Come
they
on.
really do know what they're doing here.
Okay. Okay, so Ian, should the people go see it then?
Yes, they should. It's a cinematic film, and it is very enjoyable. I wasn't bored, not once.
Yeah, same here. I wasn't.
So I recommend it. Yes, there's a lot of criticism over this film, and it's not very good. It's enjoyable, but it's not a very good film. But what I would say is the reason why you should go and see it is Tom Cruise, and also
Support
the
Tom.
fact that he's been nice to the fans. He hasn't called us old phobes and whatever, and he's always tried to make films for us, which I appreciate. So
There was also an introduction right at the beginning saying,
it was, yeah.
You are watching it where it should be watched, in the cinema. Thank you, each and every
Yeah.
one of you. Thank you,
Yeah.
the fans, yeah?
Very
Yeah.
gracious.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Price, what do you think? Should people go watch it?
If you've seen all the Mission Impossible movies and you like Tom Cruise and action movies and things like that, you could still watch it, but you should probably go in knowing that this is not a franchise high. It's probably a franchise low.
Mm. It's a shame, really, because it went out the same way as Indiana Jones did.
Well, it's
You
still
know,
not as
so-
bad. Indiana Jones, like
Yeah.
I could barely even get through watching it. I was like suffering watching it. I wasn't
Yeah.
suffering watching this, but I was disappointed.
Yeah.
Genuinely, I think everybody wanted this to be good for Tom, if anything.
Mm.
Agreed.
He's not finished. He's going to probably make another film, and hopefully that'll be good as well. So,
Mission Impossible 99.
well, I don't think it'd be a Mission Impossible film. I think he'll try and create another franchise. I reckon. Well, it'll suit his age. I think that's what he'll try and do. He's on the lookout, isn't he? So,
Okay, that's... Go on.
Mission Incontinent.
maybe.
And on that bombshell, I think it's a sidestep.
Damn.
Mission Impossible Final Reckoning had the biggest domestic opening of the franchise with 77 million, that's US. The film opened with 190 million globally.
Mm. Is that good?
I think that 77 is projected because right now I'm
Was it?
only seeing 63.
Mm.
Oh, well, I took that.
No, it's 77, including the Monday.
Yeah.
They're like for the whole
That's what
Memorial
I'm
Day
saying.
weekend.
It's projected because Monday
Oh,
hasn't
okay.
happened yet.
Right, okay. Still not
Right.
bad, though, is it?
They're projecting that with Monday it'll be 77. I don't know how they know this, but that's what they're projecting.
But how can they carry on with this Mission Impossible thing? Because without Tom Cruise, it just won't work. He's actually made the whole
He wants,
thing about him, isn't it? His character.
Well, he could do a mentor role and pass
Yeah.
on.
Yeah, but it still wouldn't work because now it's known for the stunts that Tom Cruise has done.
Yeah.
Mission Impossible. So how are they going to do that?
Well,
unless they
I
get an
think
actor that can do the stunts himself.
I think that's obvious. They're going to have a woman take over the role.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
No, who's the geezer?
Glenn
who-
Powell is the
Yeah,
one that
Glenn,
they've
they want
talked
Glenn
about.
Powell to take it over.
Yeah, but it won't be the same because, as I said, Mission Impossible now is known for Tom Cruise's great stunts, and how they're going to top that, I don't know. It's obviously going to be stuntman for Glenn Powell, but don't
Knowing
know.
them, they'll probably give it to Timothy Chalamet or something.
Ugh.
Oh, that's so annoying. That's like the most annoying thing that can happen. So that's probably what'll happen.
yeah, probably. He's done a good job in this series, as far as I'm concerned. It's a shame. he
Robert
fell.
Meyer Burnett said it
Mm.
probably cost 450 million to make.
Probably. But yeah. Oh, I take my hat off to him though. He's a good filmmaker, and he knows
The
he knows the
set
works.
for the submarine was incredible.
Yeah, and all the sets were really good as well. I found, and so she was his boss. Angela Bassett was his boss in that one, Henry, and then
Yeah.
suddenly she's the president.
President.
I'm like, when did that happen? Suddenly she what?
Here you go. Sorry, I've been ignoring the chat. Sorry, guys. Arranged. They will top it with Zegler, Zendaya, or Natalie Portman taking over.
Wouldn't be surprised.
There you go. Draconis. The sub scene was best in the... Oh, it's amazing. All on a rotating gimbal as well. Incredible.
It's amazing how they got that guy from the first one, the guy that kept running to the toilet all the time, and they gave him a decent part. Because in the first movie,
that was a nice
he had
touch.
a small part. Yeah,
Yeah, that was a nice touch.
His part was very
that.
decent. Yeah,
it was a nice
quite
touch.
decent. Yeah.
If you're a proper fan of Mission Impossible, you will enjoy it. But there's a big catch. Yeah. Okay, let's. Here you go. Moviegoers watching Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning in IMAX. Look at that.
Still, was it shot in IMAX? I don't think it was. You can't.
Some of it would have been.
IMAX cameras are quite heavy. There's no way they would have got an IMAX camera on that plane.
Some things were shot in IMAX. I don't know what, but some of it was shot in IMAX.
Yeah.
The rest was shot on iPhone.
Would be surprised.
Look at those people on the front row. What are they thinking?
I don't know.
That's
I know.
You'd have
stupid.
Very, very bad neck ache.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it? I don't even know why they have seats that close to the...
Surely there's going to be a minimum distance of like 50
there has
feet.
to be. Yeah.
I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but I, for one, do not want to look at Tom Cruise's nostrils.
I mean, it was a pretty amazing stunt, though. I mean, I know that he was connected to wires and he was never going to fall off, but just being up there and letting let the plane turn upside down and stuff with him on it, that's madness, really. But
Brian Wrenched, they're thinking, finally, Tom Cruise looks big, very big.
Disappointed when they see him on the red carpet. It's a bit of a disparity there, isn't it? Yeah.
I've never thought. I've always thought that IMAX is a gimmick. I mean, watching Batman, suddenly it's an Academy ratio, and you're looking at a square. Then suddenly it stops, and then you're looking at
the old TV format. Isn't it?
It's like suddenly it's TV, suddenly it's cinema, suddenly it's TV, suddenly it's cinema. You know what I mean? It's like what
TV format. Yeah,
it's just like what? Well, it's called the Academy ratio. That's what it's called. But anyway,
okay. We've got some supers. Shall we?
Yeah, man.
Okay, we'll just do this one. Bob Smith 9866. Broom, my mate Rick stopped by with pizza. Can I get a shout? No. M Duke 84 Wrenched World Sport 5 Poons visiting Scotland family again this week before moving down to Oz. Nice. Can't believe you lot stream so late. Do the nurses know about this? Hail MBA.
Yeah, they do know about it.
We do. Thank you, my friend. Enjoy Scotland. Scotland's amazing.
Man. Yeah.
And M Duke 84 Wrenched World Sport new member. Thank you, my friend. It's the 4 bars Wrenched World Sport member for 4 months. Thank you, my friend. Don't let a 50-year-old man write a story about AI.
He didn't write it, did he? He did he write it? Tom Cruise?
It was Macquarie, wasn't it?
Was it Macquarie? Looks older than Tom Cruise, doesn't he? And he's younger.
Yeah.
So he wrote it, did he?
Yeah,
Well,
and somebody else.
I don't think the age of the writer is what's the question here. I mean, just look at Charlie Brooker's stuff. He's great.
Yeah.
It's competency.
Yeah.
I just think the AI stuff, it just means there's not like a tangible person.
Do you know,
you know what I mean?
have anybody seen that film with Tom Hardy? It's on Netflix. He plays a cop.
Not yet.
It's directed by the guy who did that kung fu film. What was that film called? One where they're in a building. Oh God, what is it called?
Raid.
The
Raid. Yeah.
Oh, Gareth Edwards. Yeah.
Right, and the beginning of the movie, the car chase is all CGI.
What?
Nothing in that car chase is real at all. And I didn't realize it was CGI until I was watching Corridor Crew. And the whole thing, because the budget couldn't sustain a car chase, so they did it all via CGI. Isn't that
Really?
crazy?
Wow,
Yeah.
that's incredible.
It's on Netflix. You can watch it on Netflix. The beginning sequence, because when I watched it, I was like, "Oh wow, this is incredible! What they do with the cameras and stuff." And then suddenly, I watched this show and it's like everything's CGI. The cars are not real. None of it's real. Like,
What movie is that?
Havoc? Is it called Havoc?
Yeah, Havoc.
Havoc?
Is it Havoc?
Yeah. It's on Netflix.
Here you go. Sorry, chat moved up. Internet updates. French World Sport. CGI is ruining movies. Yes. Carl Voigt. Lander Wrench World Sport.
Havoc?
Havoc, yes.
Yeah.
I mean, that was one of the standout things for Andor, was using real sets. It really added to the authenticity of the planet.
Yeah.
Very much.
And gave it its own unique identity, which is it's not something you see in Star Wars these days.
I want to say something. I'm not saying that Christopher McQuarrie is brilliant or anything like that. I mean, he's just all right, and I think that he works well with Tom Cruise, which has helped his career. But I actually don't think that the movie that we saw, and that goes with what you were saying before, Mega Geek, that I don't think that the movie that we saw was the one that they intended to film.
Yes, I agree.
And that wasn't the screenplay that initially Christopher McQuarrie wrote, because he may not be like some kind of innovator or reinventing the wheel type of guy, but I think he knows enough. He's done enough of these to know how to deliver just even if it's just an okay Mission Impossible movie, he knows how to do that. And the fact that this one had so many issues with it gives me the feeling, like you said, they filmed a lot of it. They had issues with the studio, and at the end, maybe part of it was scheduling. You know that Haley Atwell was 8 months pregnant at some point. Yeah, and they couldn't bring her back. All this weird stuff, and I think that they did probably the best they could under the circumstances and pressure from a studio who itself is going through a merger and acquisition and all these issues and possibly legal issues. I think that there was just too much pressure for everybody involved, and this is the best they could do. And unfortunately, if you're a viewer, you don't care about all that stuff. Their best at this point wasn't good enough. It was barely okay, but it wasn't good, really.
Coming off Fallout, this should have been, both these films should have been fantastic.
Yeah.
I think exhilarating. When you watch a movie and you're exhilarated, I think that's one of the key elements from an action movie. If you're exhilarated, as I said, I always bring up Die Hard. Everything in Die Hard, from the gunfights to the actual physical fights themselves, was exhilarating. You really wanted John McClane to win, and you wanted John McClane to teach everybody a lesson as well. But with this film, I don't know. Tom Cruise seemed to be watered down. His character seemed, even though he was fighting and stuff like that, it just didn't have the feel of Fallout. Fallout was something else compared to these two movies.
It was better than Die Hard 5. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Die Hard 5.
Okay, let's sidestep.
Okay.
This was what you was talking about, Haley Atwell. Haley Atwell says she was more than 8 months pregnant while filming a fight scene in Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning. I say I was taken such good care of. Everyone was so supportive, and they were like, "Oh, you can sit down and we'll have a stunt double do it." And I was like, "No, I've worked too hard. Let me do it." So I did.
Who got her pregnant?
Melvin.
And there's
Melvin Deeply.
Side effect, God wrenched. Jesus, imagine how big those behemoths were.
Oh, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I mean,
Unbelievable.
Again with her, she didn't do enough to warrant being in that film. The only person that did enough to warrant being in that film was Simon Pegg. The Mantis girl. You could have taken her out of the whole thing, and it wouldn't have mattered at all, at all. So,
But it's like you said, there were already contracts in place. They were already filming stuff, and at the end, they needed to sort of put together some kind of stitched Frankenstein's monster of a movie or whatever you want to call it. It does look like there were a lot of reshoots there, and unfortunately, some of these characters suffered for it.
And also, they when they went to the ice place, whatever, and they met that guy from Mission Impossible 1, suddenly all these soldiers turned up, right? And you get the feeling that the only reason why the soldiers turned up, they worked it into the script, was because they needed an action sequence in that section of the film. That's the only reason. If you took it out of the screenplay, if you took it out of the story, it would have made no difference whatsoever. So, but anyway, it feels like a patchwork film.
Georges Rex. Don't forget Ving.
Yeah, That too. That didn't.
He was
that
available for like
stupid.
one
Yeah.
day of shooting.
Yeah,
He was
yeah.
available for one day of shooting. They brought him. He sits
Yeah.
there,
Yeah.
and he's just like, fiddling with that stupid bomb, and that's it.
Yeah. And it was very stupid as well. I mean, I didn't even know why he was in the film and why was all of a sudden he sick. He wasn't sick in the
another
other
thing
one.
they skipped over. Nobody
Yeah.
even explained it. He's sick now. That's it. Like nobody even says anything. This movie is full of that. There's just nobody explains anything. Now this is happening. Now that's happening.
And the stuff you didn't need to be explained, they explained it by the bucket load.
Right.
By the way.
Yeah.
Okay.
The stuff that nobody cared about, they talked about for hours. And really, Ving Rhames was in all the movies, even that one that he didn't want to be in and they only brought him for the end. He has physically been in every Mission Impossible movie from the first one. The only person you could say that aside from Tom Cruise. And the send-off here was so poor. He's just like in a like nightgown or whatever it was that he's like sick or whatever, and then there's a bomb. Man, was that stupid.
Yeah.
Also, right, why did they have to explain to Tom Cruise about the suit? There was, even if they didn't explain it, it wouldn't matter. They spent 2 minutes explaining about the suit?
Well, that's for the dumb kids at the back, isn't it?
But why? They could have just given him the suit because none of it mattered anyway. Because
he didn't care anyways. Yeah, he wasn't even listening to them.
Okay. Ash and Prism wrenched. Are we kind of agreeing with this then? Death by studio.
Yes.
Yeah, but I mean, and also, who's that that woman that was explaining the suit? She was Vasquez. She was like Vasquez. I got the feeling they were going to do more with her. I got a feeling they were going to do more with her.
Yeah,
but she didn't do anything. And maybe they did. Maybe they did film some scenes where she was beating the crap out of people, but we didn't see it. Do you know what I mean? It's just
okay.
I just want to say, Mudcrab said that I once met Haley at a bar, and I didn't meet her at a bar. I would have been very happy, especially like we're talking like 15. I mean, I'd be happy right now to meet her at a bar. Actually, I know Melvin wouldn't approve because he thinks that she's mediocre, but I would be happy to meet her at a bar right now. And 15, 16, 17 years ago, very, very happy to meet her at a bar.
Yeah.
Swappers would have. Okay, so that's Mission Impossible, everybody. Just entertaining, but disappointing at the same time, yes. Because we just wanted it to be amazing.
We did.
You can always get what you want.
That is true.
Lilo and Stitch already crossed 110 million globally on its opening day. Film had a budget of 1 mil, and I'll do the next slide because we're going to be here all night.
That's the next one I'm going to see.
Talking Lilo and Stitch remake has already earned more than the animated movie. The film opened with 341.7 million globally. Wow.
I want to see that movie. I know a lot of people are saying
you really don't.
Apparently it's not.
Huh?
No,
just watch the original.
Yeah,
watch the original.
Avoid it.
Don't spoil it.
I haven't seen the original, and I don't want to see the original. I want to see this remake and see if I like it, and then
What?
Yeah, I've never seen the original. No, never seen.
I've never seen the original either, actually, and I haven't seen this remake, so I don't know.
Everybody is saying watch the original. Forget this. It's written
Original
by
is a Disney classic. The
really
remake, it completely soils the message of the original.
Yeah,
Right, gotcha.
it's been written by a fourth wave feminist, and it's not good.
I'm going to go and see it anyway.
Aren't they up to fifth wave now?
Well,
I don't know.
Yeah, the essentially the message in the original film is one of family. Like everyone is going to stick together, and even if we're found family, your family,
one's going to get left behind.
And no one's left behind. And in this new one,
All about me.
someone gets left behind.
It's all about me.
Has
Eggs.
has Stitch got 4 hands in the
No,
film?
he's got 4 fingers.
He's So he's a creature. He's an alien creature, and he can change his shape. And so
right, gotcha.
he starts the film with extra arms, and then
Right.
he loses them to look more like a dog. So
You
you
go,
can fit in.
eggs beaty, wrench, will spot legs. Why watch the inferior one?
No, well, I haven't seen it. I want to see this first, and then maybe I'll look at the cartoon.
Wrenched. Mega, no. Anti-family messaging will melt your brain.
Probably.
It is literally that.
Yeah.
Well,
Children are a burden in the new version of the film.
oh dear.
Yes. Go and be your true self by leaving us behind.
Okay, Melvin Sir Deeply, Wrench will spot. See all the man babies crying because the cartoon made for little girls offended their masculinity. Twats. Laughing. What?
This was a movie I used to sit down with my kids with. What are you talking
Really?
about, dude? You've got some very fond memories of this movie.
Sat down and watched it with my daughter yesterday. We were sitting around, just we're like, hey, let's find something to watch. And she said, hey, what about the Lilo and Stitch? I'm like, let's watch that. I'll watch that in a minute. It's great. One of the last few actual 2D animated films made by Disney, and it's quite good.
Interesting.
Apparently it's going to tank second weekend because of this anti-family stuff, is what
I
George,
don't know
the
about
giant
that.
slayer.
I don't
No?
think so.
No?
I still think it's going to do $1 billion.
Yeah.
if I'm being
Really?
honest with you,
If
yeah.
not, it's going to get real close.
But
This
on
will
the
be
other
the-
hand, they don't have 1 million more of these to roll out. This is still one that they could roll out that people are going to go for the brand name and they're going to make their money. But I don't know if they try this stunt again, if it'll work as well. And they also don't have enough IPs to rate anymore, I think.
You'll have to try and make up something new.
Well,
They
that's a
can't,
remake.
though, can they?
They'll have to remake movies they've remade before.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's worked for A Star Is Born, right? What's that? That's been shot like 4 times now.
4 times, yeah. It has.
But the reason that one works is they have a singer that's popular at that moment, maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, Lady Gaga, if it wasn't her in that movie, I don't know if it would have done as well.
Great film.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's a great film.
Thought it
it?
was pretty good, actually. Yeah, I
I've
mean,
never seen it.
I saw it and expected to hate it, and I actually sat there and thought it was a decent movie. Not the kind of movie that I'm craving to watch, but if already just objectively I watched it, I thought it was actually pretty well done.
Yeah, I think we were channel flicking and it was just about to start. So, forget, watch it. Brilliant.
Right. Well,
Okay.
I'm going to try and get to see this.
Shall we move on then?
Yeah, just avoid that film. Just watch the porn parody instead.
Okay, Lilo and Stitch has received a cinema score from audiences. What is that good then, or is that good?
I don't know.
Don't know.
See, a cinema score with a porn parody means something completely different.
Don't know. Okay, we'll move on then. And then it gets 73% on Rotten. Is that good or bad?
I don't know.
You should never consider Rotten Tomatoes a metric for any
Shit.
level of quality whatsoever.
But again, it's them trying to. I mean, according to everybody that's just spoken about this, it's Disney trying to change the dynamics of the original. I guess. I mean, I'm not surprised. They've done it with every other one.
The writer,
remade.
apparently, the writer.
Never mind.
Never mind, folks. Never mind. Speaking
Oh,
of never
God.
mind, I think there's a decent chance that season 3 will be longer than it's the finale tonight, isn't it? Than season 2, just because the manner of that narrative and the opportunities it affords us are a little different. There's no way to complete this narrative in a third season. Hopefully, we'll earn our keep enough. Season 4? What?
I don't care.
Anybody watching this? Last of
No,
Us?
I haven't watched any of season 2.
I watched the first season and I thought that was a good place to sort of abandon it. I knew where they were going with it, and I figured this is it. This is where I get off.
Plus, it's got Pedro in it. So
I mean, I think they'll be lucky if anyone is still watching this in season 3. From what I understand, they've already ordered season 3, so that's coming.
What?
But the news is that season 3 is going to focus on the character of Abby, which is the absolutely hated character from the original game. People haven't been that fond of her in the series either. So they're going to focus this next season on a character nobody wants to watch.
Happy normal.
Yes.
Well, that's the thing. You see, that's their MO, isn't it? Hollywood's MO to actually push this rubbish into families and stuff. So I know they're selling the woke stuff in this because I've been told. I haven't watched it.
Hardly anyone's watched it. Ian.
Yeah.
it's they ever since like the 3rd episode, ratings have just tanked for this show.
Tanked.
They're still spinning it, aren't they?
Swappers, you're not a fan of Bella Ramsey? Beauty, isn't she?
Yes, if you like potatoes on legs, yes, indeed.
I think Melvin likes her.
Is she a good actress though?
No.
Depends if you want someone that's impersonating potatoes, I suppose.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it, so I can't comment on this. I don't like Pedro. I won't watch anything with Pedro in it. Then again, I'll probably go and see Fantastic Four. But
Well, don't worry. After episode 2 of this most recent season, there's no Pedro, so you're fine. They killed him off, and the ratings went with it.
Oh, there'll be flashbacks.
Okay.
Oh yeah, because the normies turned their back on this series as well, didn't they? They hated the Joel's death as much as the gamers did.
Yep.
Bella's going to be a dad, though. I thought people will come after us saying, "Oh, you're picking on Bella." Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, I'm picking on her. She sucks.
Yeah.
Okay. So nobody's watching it. So nobody's going to be watching season 3 then.
No, I'd watch it. Eggs Beatty's got it right there. If Bella Emberg was in it, I'd watch it.
No, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, that's one for the Brits. Okay. Shall we move on?
Move along.
Okay, I don't know what's next.
Oh no. No.
New post for Jurassic World Rebirth. Anybody see the trailer before?
Yeah, we're all the men's weak and all the women are tough. Yeah, right. Whatever. Usual shit. And then the dinosaurs don't look real; they look CGI. Everything in this film looks CGI.
The big sharky one.
But
in the
do you know
water
what?
looks great.
It's going to be a big hit because kids love
dinosaurs.
Yeah, they love it.
Dinosaurs.
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 Have you seen that mutant dinosaur? Looks like Alien.
Oh, it looks
Yes.
awful.
Yeah, what the hell? Oh no.
There was a way to present Scarlett Johansson in a more appealing way on this
Yeah.
poster, but they chose the kind of
Manny thing.
girl boss way, I guess.
No, it's just a man with boobs.
It's just what?
Don't die, please, Ian. Bless
It's
you.
just a man with boobs, that's all.
Right,
That's
but
unprecedented.
even that's not highlighted. There was a way to highlight her physique
Yeah.
on a poster.
Yeah, here you go. Look, yeah, it's spot on here. Here you go.
Oh my god, I'm dying.
Alex Ashcannon. Hello, Alex. Wrenched. Lara Croft v. Dinos.
Yeah, but Lara Croft is very attractive and she has big boobs.
Right, show us a poster of how Lara Croft looked in her movies. I bet you she was more attractive than what we're seeing here.
Yeah.
And it's not like Scarlett Johansson can't look good. They're just going out of their way to not make her look so good.
I don't understand this logic. Make the girls like men and make the men like women.
And that nobody likes any of them.
It's the agenda, you know.
It's
what
just
it is.
rubbish.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was an interesting choice to bring in Bella Ramsey as the mutant dinosaur, though. That was an interesting choice.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yep.
looking now at the poster for Tomb Raider. And that's a nice poster.
Melvin Deeply, Sir Wrenched of World of Sport. Isn't ScarJo pushing 50?
Yeah, she still looks good though.
No,
but they
I
could have
think
made
she's
her.
40. I don't think she's
40. She's about 41, isn't she?
She still looks good. She's an attractive woman. Why
She's
don't they
in-
play on that?
She's
Because
in the peak of her life.
they should play on that. I mean, why pull her hair back and make her, just look kind of manly. It's ridiculous. She's a good-looking woman.
She is.
What, we're not allowed to celebrate women's curves now?
No.
Not allowed to do that?
So-
No,
Yeah,
no,
I-
that's illegal.
See, I thought this Draconis, she's
Yeah.
40. Yeah, I thought she
Yep.
was 40. Yeah.
It's ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Has this... Let me have a... Yeah,
Oh,
Very,
yeah,
very important link with
definitely.
you, Melvin.
definitely. Look at that.
Oh, sorry, hold on a minute.
I mean, Tomb Raider wasn't very good, but it was still enjoyable. The first
Well, if
Tomb
you
Raider.
just look at the poster I showed,
Yeah.
this is
Yeah.
why, because they knew what they were doing. They knew
Yes.
what appeals to people that would possibly be interested in watching that movie. And the
Yeah.
poster doesn't play games.
Nope.
It explains to you that it understands what you like and it wants to give you that thing that you like.
Yeah.
Here you go. Boosh McFadden Wrenched. Hello, Boosh. You can objectify me. Yes, we will, Boosh. I think that should be
You know
canned.
what, right?
Go on, Boosh.
Everything that's happening in Hollywood, right? It's a good gateway for independent movie studios and independent
yes.
producers to actually now take hold of what people actually want to see and make stuff for people. I think they're at an advantage now, but they just need to step up. independent
Willing
films.
audience.
Yeah, they got audience that do not like Hollywood
Waiting.
shit. Yes, so yeah, it's time.
It's
now.
time, folks.
Mm.
Let's move on.
Ooh,
Michael Douglas says he doesn't think he will return as Wank Pym for another MCU film. I don't think so. I had the experience and I was excited to do it, but I'm enjoying my hiatus and enjoying my life.
you know what? He looks. I hate to say that. I know he's old, but he really does look old now. He really does. I saw a recent picture of him, and yeah, he's getting on in age. God bless him.
Didn't he have a bad disease for a while?
Yeah, he had cancer, didn't he?
Cancer,
And
yeah.
they kind of suppressed it, didn't they? So
Yeah.
Yeah. You know, it's a combination of things. One, maybe he legitimately just doesn't feel like doing these kind of things anymore. But I suspect, even though nobody's going to admit it, don't forget with Quantum Mania, there was also reshoots and weird crap.
yeah,
And they made his character look stupid and talk about communism.
Never
I
seen
mean,
it.
you know what? You could say whatever you want. He's an old school guy. Do I think he really loved standing around and talking about communism in the middle of that movie with all of its reshoots? He probably looked at it and said, you know what? I think I'm done.
Mm.
Swappers, do you like communism?
Oh, isn't it the best?
I
It
really
is.
do like Michael Douglas. I think he's a great actor personally, and I think he always brings something to every role that he even in the first Ant-Man, I thought he was very, he was very
Yeah,
good.
first
in
one was
that.
all right.
Yeah, the first one was the best movie, and he was actually an important part of it and was good in it.
And I think one of the best performances has given is in that film where what was
He's
that
80.
film?
Wall Street,
No, the one where he lost his job and he was just wandering around.
Falling Down. That's
Falling
an
Down,
underrated,
yeah, Falling
underrated
Down.
gem. Falling Down.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought he was brilliant in Falling Down.
Yeah,
He was also good in Wall Street. You could say whatever
Yeah,
you
he
want.
was.
He was
He
that
was.
character.
Yeah, he was. He's a good actor.
He suffered from sex addiction, didn't he? Like years and years back.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'm going to go with South Park on this one. I mean, he was just a famous guy and he could hang out with a lot of ladies, and he did. I don't know if sex addiction is a thing.
No,
it's kind of a strange.
Well, is it? It's probably offered on a plate.
That's
Well,
right.
yeah, I mean, luckily you can get patches for it these days anyway, so it's fine.
Yeah. I mean,
You know what the issue is with
Yes.
sex addiction is that if, let's say, all of us would have been diagnosed with the same quote unquote disease that he had, it wouldn't change our life in any way. We'd be the same people. When you're Michael Douglas and you have millions of dollars and you're walking around and all the ladies know you and they smile at you and want to go to the hotel room with you, he's posed with a different issue. It's not just an addiction, it's that he has access to something that we don't.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Pussy on tap.
Yes, it's just like
Yes.
cocaine, isn't it? Basically.
Dirky McDirtface. Hello, my friend. War of the Roses was easily the best.
He was good in that.
Yeah,
He was
good.
good in that. Yeah. He was really good in that.
The game was also a good movie.
Yeah, Black Rain. I thought he was really
Black
good. in
Rain,
Black
also
Rain,
good.
yeah.
Romancing the Stone, maybe.
Romancing the Stone, I also like.
fantastic.
I even
yeah.
like Jewel of the Nile.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah, it's a lot of fun. Jewel of the Nile. Yeah,
Streets
he
of
did
San
have
Francisco.
he did have there was a point where he was just making hit after hit, wasn't there?
Yeah, he was
so,
a big name.
It was.
There you go. Come on, people. Wrenched. Price is a squarehead addiction. He never shuts up about it.
The only reason I don't shut up is usually we get like sometimes even super chats demanding that I tell the story for the 500th time.
I will say honourable mention for his movies, Basic Instinct as well.
Yeah, I like
that was good.
Yeah.
That was part of his
Yeah.
sex addiction.
Yeah, it was.
Yes.
It was better than the porn parody.
Yeah, I do like him. I like him as an actor. I'd like to meet him one day as well. Seems like a nice guy.
Yes. Okay, that's Michael Douglas, everybody. Pushing 80. In fact, he is 80. Can you believe it?
Oh, God.
Oh, God, here we go. They're starting to... New poster for Marvel Television's Ironheart, starring Dominic Thorne, Anthony Ramoth.
Why do I feel like when I look at this, I'm about to be beaten up?
Yeah, I thought she was beaten up when I had to look twice at this poster. It looked like she had a big bruise in her eye, but no, it's part of the costume, isn't it? Or is it?
I don't know what they were thinking with this.
Yeah.
Really, Ugh.
Iron Shart.
Very good.
I don't want to see this. Do you know what makes me laugh about them casting people of color, especially women of color? They never look for the best looking woman in color, do they? Ever? They always give us someone like this. Do you know what I mean? At least you can give us someone that looks like Halle Berry or something. You know,
So
why are you giving us this?
It's so the ugly people don't get offended. How many more times in? Come on.
They got to be represented.
Exactly. All the women have got to be ugly, and all the men have got to be effeminate.
Just seriously, there are so many good-looking black women out there, black actresses out there, and why did they choose this one? I'm not saying she's ugly or anything. I'm just saying she doesn't meet the standards of Hollywood or TV. That's all I'm saying.
I might be interested in this film if it was a bit more like real life and she was actually doing the ironing.
So chat with Draconis, LeVar Burton as Cyclops.
See what he did there.
Yep.
Very good.
And
Okay,
she wants to be iconic, apparently, according to the trailer.
Iconic.
Right.
Yeah, but come on, look, Ryan Coogler, come on, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, it's going to be shit.
It's kind of. I think this is just irony.
Yeah.
At this stage. Been made for 3 years. It's been
The only reason why they
years.
hired
HD.
Ryan is because he's a man of color. Gone are the days when a white man can direct something like Color Purple.
Yeah, you
You
can't
know
have a
what I'm
white man telling black people what to do, can you?
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Well, Coogler didn't direct any of this.
Did he produce it?
He didn't.
He's a producer on it, but I think it's because he was also. You remember that this character came from the Wakanda Forever film.
He had in
So-
his contract that he has any kind. He's an executive producer on Wakanda Forever, and in most cases, if you're an executive producer on a movie like that, you add to a clause to the contract that if you introduce a character, if there's any kind of spin-off or what's called a derivative production after this movie from something introduced in this movie, you still get an executive producer on the new property. So that means that if there's, let's say, and I explained this to you, Professor, the other day, that if each episode of this show, let's say, is $10 million, he probably gets like 4% of that. 3 to 4% or something like that. So he's making $300-400 per episode, even if he does nothing. He gets an executive producer credit. He gets a few points from the budget, and in return, what he needs to do is do promotion for it. They use his name, and he goes along and says how great it is. And that's why you've been seeing that, although I suspect that he wasn't heavily involved in the actual creative process. That's just my 2 cents.
They're probably right.
Okay.
Are we going to review this?
Absolutely. I'm going to be there. The opening, like when they first show it,
You'll be
I'm going to
knocking
be
the
there
door down.
watching
Come
and
on.
taking notes.
Yeah.
You can't pay me enough to watch trash like that.
I'm
No,
gonna
I think we
watch
should.
and
No,
review it.
I think we should force you to watch the first episode.
have
You
to
can
watch
force all you want, mate. I'm not going to watch it.
So, Tony Stark's suit was powered off the arc reactor, wasn't it? And he had an arc reactor in his chest,
Yeah.
which kind of gave him this ability or whatever. So what powers her suit then? Is it the time of the month or something?
Probably.
Ugh.
It's her own sense of self-worth. That's what powers it.
Okay. Is it a sidestep? I don't know. Can't remember. It is a sidestep. Dominic Thorne says there's a clear understanding in Iron Shard that Williams is not Tony Stark.
That's cool because
Okay.
people like
Okay.
Tony Stark.
Well,
She-
she's got white skin and a moustache, so
She not have $1 billion at her disposal. There you go.
So she builds her suit and everything, and it's more
a
brilliant and
junkyard.
more amazing and better than what Tony was able to make. Even
And she
though
could
he
do it
had
just from a
millions.
junkyard. Like
Yeah,
if you
yeah.
went to the
Was it just all
junkyard,
lying around?
yeah, just a few pieces of metal in the junkyard, and she was Iron Man, woman, whatever.
in the comics, she stole all her knowledge from Tony Stark, I think, didn't she, originally? As it was written, as I recall.
When was that? When did that comic come out? Was it within
God, I
10 years or
So
10 years
best
ago?
part of a
or-
decade, probably. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's when woke was starting in comics. I think comics was the first thing to be hit by the woke rubbish. So I'm not surprised that she was invented when that was happening.
Mm-hmm.
Black Girl Magic, apparently, by now Rad wrenched on my friend.
Yeah, she was part of the all new, all different
That's
Marvel
it.
thing.
That's it. Yeah. I remember.
The all new woke crap. That's what she was part of. So there you
The
go.
woke.
The woke trap. Crap.
The woke.
That all started in 2015. So
Mhm.
that was right at the same time as all of that stuff just really started taking over media. And
Blacked in America and female
Yeah.
Hawkeye.
And studios are saying no, but it was really in the comics. It was in the comics. Like, yeah, it was in the woke comics.
And
Yeah.
Ghostbusters
Dumbass.
answered the call.
Yeah.
Oh my God, who remembers that being like crap?
Okay, we've got some supers. Let's do the soups.
Super.
Mega Barryman wrenched €5. Ahoy, me hearties. Hello, my friend. To all, favorite Tommy Lee Jones film, and why that?
It's got to be The Fugitive for me.
It's not bad. Yeah.
Love The Fugitive. He was great in The Fugitive.
Anyone else?
yeah, Fugitive's good. Oh gosh,
I like The Park Is Mine. Do you remember that?
No
What's that?
Country for Old Men, I guess.
yeah,
but he was
Oh.
hardly in that.
Yeah, it's not
Yeah.
that great. I don't love the ending of that movie. Some people love that movie. I
I
always
hate
have
the ending.
I hate the ending, and that's
Yeah.
always an issue for me. But he whenever you see him, he was good. There was also a movie called The Burial of Melquijotes something, which is like a very kind of low budget movie that only I watched. It made like $1 at the box office, and that $1 was me. But it had Tommy Lee Jones in it, and I actually thought he gave a good performance. The Burial of Melquijotes something.
Yeah.
Does this sound familiar to anybody? I don't know.
He was also in The Eyes of Laura Mars as well. He
Yeah.
played I think he played the serial killer in
People
that
saying Rolling Thunder, Men in
Under
Black,
Siege.
Men in
Yeah,
Black.
Under Siege.
Yeah, Men in Black.
Package,
Men in Black
Under
is
Siege,
enjoyable.
US Marshals, Space Cowboys, Fugitive, Rolling Thunder, No Country for Old Men.
one. He was good in Men in Black.
Batman
in there.
Forever.
JFK.
There was one that there was Susan Sarandon was helping a little boy or something, and he was a
Oh, yeah.
lawyer.
Yes.
Even though Susan Sarandon is
Captain
unbearable
America
and
1.
annoying, but-
Yeah, he was in the first Captain America. I was going to say that one.
Great
too.
movie.
oh yeah, that's good.
It
He's a
was-
good
it was
character actor. You can't take that away from him.
JFK.
Oh, that's
Yeah, I
right.
love
And he
him,
played
JFK.
Clay Bertrand Shaw, who
Ooh.
played the CIA plant guy.
He played Two-Face.
Yeah, well, that's not his
Batman
best
Forever,
role. Yeah.
no.
No.
No,
Best,
not
we
going to
best
count
forget
that one.
about that.
It's definitely a toss up between Volcano and
Oh, yeah.
Under Siege for me. I think I'm probably likely to. Yeah, it was great. I'm likely to come down on the side of Under Siege though, just for Erica Eleniak.
Oh, yeah.
rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, I hope we answered that one. Okay.
He gets a knife in the head, doesn't he? In that
And
one.
then he gets his head pushed into the monitor.
Yeah.
Mega
As you do.
Spider-Man wrench 2 euros. Looking forward to Rot stream, lads. It'll happen eventually.
What's a rot stream?
Return of the
Brown shows off his underwear.
Oh, no. No. No.
See, you available, mate. Please.
Paul Voigtlander wrenched World of Sport for $10. Hey, Common, remember the time I sent you in a super chat and asked Price to tell the Ledley Headlamp story?
Well, technically, he's not asking me to retell this story. So
I
that's
know.
Thank God. Thank God.
Just a memory.
Thank you, my friend. Okay, shall we
Move along.
Move along.
new look at the Baxter building in the Fantastic Four? First steps in theaters, July 25.
Looks like a Lego building. Looks like they built it out of Lego. That's
Yeah,
weird.
they got
Who saw the
Twin
trailer?
Towers. Is that the Twin Towers
yeah,
in the
at the
background?
back, yeah.
Yeah. Who
I
saw
don't
the
know.
trailer then before Mission Impossible? New trailer. Anybody see it?
No.
Yeah, it's rubbish. The trailer's rubbish.
It's all
I
about
don't want to.
Sue Storm, isn't it?
I probably will go and see
Everything is
it.
about
But
Sue Storm.
my heart's going to be broken when I see this.
She's the lead in this, Sue Storm.
Just go
Pedro.
in expecting the worst, Ian, and then you can only be happy when you come out.
Fantastic Four. Why do they hire such idiots to make these films? I don't understand. Well, I do understand, but they're just idiots that make these films. Really are idiots.
I predict this will be dog shit, but you know my predictions.
It
It'll
might be
probably
good.
amazing.
Yeah,
Might
it
be
could,
good.
could be
Might be
awfully
good.
good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just got a bad feeling.
Oh no, it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be absolutely terrible.
There
Move
you go.
along. Move
There you
along.
go. There you go.
No, move along.
New look at Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby as Weed Richards and Sue Storm in the Fantastic Four. First steps.
Why did they
in-
pick this fella? Why? He looks nothing like him. He's got a
He-
punchable face. Please.
He checks all the boxes, Ian.
What boxes?
Politics, ethnicity,
A lot of LGBTQ ones, probably.
gender,
Yeah,
Re-
not,
re-
not at all.
Ree Richards
sexuality.
Ree Richards is an American.
Weed.
Not anymore.
Stupid. Why do they do this to themselves, Marvel? Why can't they just give us a straight Fantastic Four movie? Why do you have to pepper it with women bosses, a gay Johnny Storm, a stupid guy that doesn't even deserve to play Reed Richards?
No. We don't know he's gay yet.
Flame on Ian.
We'll see.
Feige cannot help himself. He just can't help himself. He wants all of this stuff in those movies. He's got no one there to check him and say, no, we don't want that. That's going to turn off the audience. He wants all of this stuff in there.
You go, wrenched. Mega's off again. Yeah, he never stops, does he?
Did the Fantastic Four survive the all new, all different Marvel reboot, or is this a version of it? I don't know.
This is ridiculous. It's going to be Sue Storm's going to be the woman boss.
She
Johnny's going
is.
to be gay. The Thing is too small to be the Thing. He needs to be twice the size,
And his voice is too high.
and his voice is too high. Yeah. So,
But other than
And
that, it's
also-
going to be fantastic.
and also, isn't at the end of Thunderbolts, whatever that thing is called, don't they see the Fantastic Four ship coming towards
it,
the
Mum.
Earth or some nonsense like that? Is that true? Don't they link the
At the end of
Thunderbolts?
Thunderbolts, yes.
Yeah.
You see the Fantastic Four ship
So in
coming
other
through
words,
an interdimensional something or other.
What?
where they basically didn't survive their
Yeah,
universe.
yeah. They it's basically told you that somehow they failed to save their universe and had to escape.
Probably all the men's fault.
Okay, let's sidestep. This is a 10-hour stream incoming, folks.
Well, if Reed Richards is true to the actor that's playing him, he'll spend most of the movie crying.
Yeah.
Ebon Moss Bakra on playing Ben Grit. Okay, then. I would say maybe he should just. I'll say again. I would say maybe he just has a sort of rock exterior, but he's a very human person. That was definitely one of the attractive things about this job, and obviously the pay. That I am obscured in a way. Whatever.
They should have literally got a comedian to play the Thing.
Yeah, they should have.
Yeah, Swappers, you should have played him.
Am I the only one here thinking, calm your tits, mate? It's a fucking comic book movie.
So he was in Andor. He was in season 1 of Andor, wasn't he?
Was he? I can't remember.
He's one of the Jippos. I mean, one of the vagrants on that planet.
It doesn't. You don't really need any kind of star to play the Thing. All you need is someone that's really good with a mocap suit, and get a really good comedian to do the voiceover, and he could ad lib along the way, because the Thing's meant to be really funny in the comics. When I used to read Kirby's Thing, he's quite funny. So that's what you needed. You didn't need to cast this guy who was in a TV show or whatever. You could have saved yourself some money there. But no, they're stupid, aren't they? So there you go.
Anybody in the chat looking forward to this movie? Anybody going to go see it? I don't think we are we? Well, I'm going
to go and see it.
I'm going to have to review it for this.
I hope it's going to be good, but it's probably going to be shit.
Just need a big cartoony picture of the Thing looking moody and angry, folding his arms on your T-shirt with a speech bubble saying "It's shit." Or it's
they're going down the same route, aren't they? Trying to demasculate people. What we got a dog in bloody Superman. We got Herbie in this one. Fuck's sake.
Melvin Deeply not happy with you, Swappers, and I don't blame him. Okay, shall we sidestep
again? What's this?
Another new look at Pedro Pascal and Pedro Joseph Quim in the Fantastic Four First Steps.
We don't care. Move along.
Is that what you said in the cinema? Is that what you shouted when you saw the trailer?
Move along.
Don't care. Move along.
Don't care.
I forgot I was in the cinema. I thought I was on Mr. Brown Alliance.
Start the movie.
I was like, move along.
Okay, let's see what's next then.
Oh my god!
What
is this? Here you go. Hashtag the Fantastic Four is now confirmed to introduce one of the hashtag MCU's most powerful superheroes yet in Franklin Richards. What? Who's that?
When I was reading the comics, he was only a little kid. But obviously they've aged him up for this and given him black hair instead of blonde. But
and he looks very gay.
Oh, you know he's going to be gay. Yeah,
he's super duper powerful as well.
Is he?
He's a mega level mutant.
Yeah.
Why does everything have to be gay? I don't know.
Common people, why is everything gay? You're the expert.
Why are you gay?
What? Why are you?
It's not that's the way he says it is. Why are you gay?
What are you gay?
I just want that clip edited into the movie somewhere.
Why are you gay? Here you go. Arch Colin Wrenched and Mr. Brown answers me. Can we sue them for false advertising by using the word fantastic? Probably not, mate.
We can.
Apparently, it's in the water, apparently. It's in the water.
You know, one of the actors is going to come out on the red carpet and start doing a shooty Gatwa dance and saying, "It's fantastic."
Oh, God.
Yeah. You can see Pedro dancing around with his rainbow stick, licking it, just so you know, when they talk about Franklin having some of the most powerful superheroes in the Marvel Universe. Yeah, they keep doing this, by the way. They keep introducing these ultra powerful characters, but Franklin essentially had the same powers as the Reality Stone. He could alter reality around himself at will.
Got a request, us performing in Seals. I Mr. Brown asked me, please ask Mega Geek that you're in to say.
Go on.
What is it? What did that guy say to him? I got to ask you a question. Why are you gay?
Now I want a T-shirt with a picture of Ian on it, pointing.
What are you gay?
The
Who says
camera.
I am gay? You are
saying-
gay. May I call you Mister?
Well, a load of rubbish, eh?
Okay. I don't know what's next.
Oh, God. Two of the worst people in
David
entertainment
Tennant
today.
reveals talking. David.
Tennant.
I was gonna say David reveals. David Tennant reveals he had his
Genital.
eye on playing Reed Richards in the Fantastic Four First Steps. Unfortunately, it looks like they've gone in a different direction. Although, if it has to be someone, I'm very happy for it to be Pedro Pascal.
Do you know what? Right, I hate to say this. I'd prefer him than Pedro. I mean, at least he looks a bit like him.
I think he's a better fit casting wise than Pedro
Too white.
Pascal. But honestly, I don't like either of these guys in the role.
No,
I feel like there
neither.
was somebody else that wasn't these two guys that would have done it better.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh God! Just every single time I see Pedro Pascal, I want
Punch.
someone to Photoshop a cowboy hat on him.
And
Well-
honestly, Ian Grufford or whatever Ian Grufford, whatever the supposed to say, I don't know how to pronounce his name. He was better than both of these, and they could have just brought him back. I would have accepted him much more than I accept these guys.
Bring the others back.
The last time I saw him, he
Right.
was in that last Bad Boys movie, and he played a villain. That was the last time I saw him, and that was a small part. They're not getting white actors are not getting parts anymore
Nope.
in Hollywood.
Maybe.
Mm.
So there. Shall we?
Move along. Oh no, who is this?
Daredevil. Sorry, I'll start again. Disney.
Disney.
Disney has submitted Daredevil Born Again for Emmys consideration in 23 categories, including Outstanding Drama Series, Charlie Cox, Outstanding Lead Actor in a Drama Series, Vincent D'Onofrio,
Nofrio.
Outstanding Supporting Actor in Drama Series, Deborah Ann Wall, Outstanding Supporting Actress.
She was barely in it.
That's what I'm saying. This is all bollocks, isn't it? I mean, unless they're going to pay them to blackmail them or bribe them to actually.
Can you
get
say blackmail
nominated.
anymore? Is that
I mean, these are
problematic?
good actors. It's not that they're not good actors. Probably in past seasons, I would have considered them
Yeah.
worthy of awards, but just this time, the material wasn't strong enough.
They don't. This is crap. This is absolutely crap. Nobody watched it. Forget it.
I
Move along.
watched half of it.
Absolute shit.
Here you go. Melvin's Deeply Wrenched World of Sport. It might win for worst Daredevil adaptation. It's a shoe-in, mate. Definitely.
It is.
Okay.
See you again. Yeah, usual shit.
Sidestep.
No. Are they gonna
Welcome to the Oh No stream.
They're going to
hosted by-
screw Jessica Jones, aren't they? They're going to make Jessica
what you
Jones
want, innit?
gay or something like that. Oh, for God's
Charlie
sake.
Cox and Kristen Ritter training together for Daredevil Born Again Season 2.
She's not very convincing as a fighter, though, as I recall.
Oh, I really enjoyed Jessica Jones season 1. They're going to
I
ruin her
did.
again, aren't they?
Yes, they are. They're going to ruin her. Charlie Cox needs a wig.
We all do, mate. We all do.
I don't know. Nobody watched the first season. Do you think people are going to be watching the second season?
I watched it. Well, from episode 4. I didn't.
Okay,
see
let
the
me
first
rephrase that. Hardly anybody watched the first season. It had less ratings than The Acolyte. And that's saying something, right?
Oof.
So there you go.
Although the chat are saying 1, yeah.
I do like her. I think she's. I actually think she's quite attractive. Actually,
All right.
I do like.
She's
her.
one of David Tennant's best roles outside Doctor Who. I think he played a Predator really well.
He did, yeah. He did. Very good.
He played a Predator really well. What?
Yes, he did.
Yeah, the Purple Man.
The Purple Man, yeah.
Flav.
He had the power to convince people to do stuff that he wanted them to do.
Ranch plus what you would, Ian. Okay.
I would.
Swappers. Georgius Rex. Snog, marry, avoid. Go on then, Swappers.
Where has he gone? Swapper's gone.
Oh, is he there?
I don't know.
I would say I'd avoid whoever that geezer is in the middle. I'd snog Charlie Cox, $10 drunk, and marry Kristen Ritter, because then I can do all the other stuff with her for the rest of my life. So
there you go. Pretty good. Okay, let's. I think it's a different topic. I hope.
She's written a book, isn't she, Kristen Ritter?
And it's called.
I don't know what it's called, but I know she's written a book.
Okay, thank you for that. She's written a book, everybody.
She was on Instagram advertising it a lot. So.
It's called Kristen Written.
Oh, is that what it's called?
No.
This was the big information that dropped that nobody knew had dropped, and it was just kind of.
They pushed it back, those two films,
yes.
haven't they?
Yeah, three films they pushed back.
Yeah.
Spider-Man, because it's supposed to go hand in hand with these other movies, so they had to move it once they moved the other ones.
Yep.
So I hear that Spider-Man's daughter is going to be in this one, or some nonsense like that. I don't know if that's true. Anybody hear that rumor?
Yeah, that's been the rumor that the one actress, the redhead, is going to be playing Mayday Parker.
Right. But how? I mean, do we jump into the future with her, or
I'm
is she
sure
from
it's
another
gonna
universe?
Be more stupid multiverse stuff.
Right, gotcha.
Dommy, World of Sport update. Our movies suck.
You know how they're going to do it? They're going to retcon. They're going to go back to like a flashback to No Way Home, and they're going to have that somehow at the last minute she shows up from a different universe or something.
Yeah.
And then he's going to say, "Oh, I can't believe I didn't see you when you arrived."
But wait a sec. Oh, so that would mean that he shagged somebody else other than Zendaya.
Well, Zendaya doesn't remember who he is in this movie, and that's the sacrifice he made. And since the actress is filming Dune 3 or whatever that is,
was it June?
Then she doesn't have time in her schedule to do as much here. So he's probably just going to look at her from far away and then run away.
I hope that when Spider-Man meets Jonathan J. Jameson again in this in the world that he's now in, that Jonathan J. Jameson has some hair on his head this time round. Or he might not do, who knows?
Yeah, I hated he was bald. He looked crap.
Yes, yeah, I thought so.
Here you go, Georgius Rex, daughter. Ow, Tom Holland's Peter just left high school. What? Perhaps he knocked somebody up underaged.
No, well, what it is they're gonna what Price said. There's gonna introduce from another universe or something. It'll have to be from the Sam Raimi version of Spider-Man, wouldn't it? It'll have to be from that.
Alex Ashkin, she's from the future.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be some
maybe
crap like that.
Maybe on the night that Uncle Ben was killed in the Raimi version.
Is that the rice?
They'll add the Sandman, that other guy, and her.
But the thing is, though, when we meet the Raimi version of Spider-Man in No Way Home, right? He's a lot older,
right?
And he's with Mary Jane. Because remember when he was talking to the Andrew
yes.
Garfield, so it's possible they had a child. So there you go. So
think of whatever seems annoying and stupid, and that's how they're going to solve it.
Yes, probably. Yeah. I did like No Way Home, though.
Multiverse.
The reason I mentioned with the Sandman is there was a retcon in 3 that I didn't love, that the guy that killed Uncle Ben, and then they retconned it that they added the Sandman. I never really liked that. I admit that annoyed me.
That wasn't Sam Raimi's idea, though. It was Al what's his face, that stupid idiot.
That's why, just as a joke, I threw that in there. But I never liked that retcon. For me, that's actually a sign of a not such a good retcon. I didn't need to add that to the story.
They did the same thing with Batman, the first Batman with Michael Keaton. They retconned that Joker killed his parents, didn't they?
That was annoying too, actually.
Yeah, it was very annoying. Very annoying, yeah.
Because he seems relatively calm when he meets him later, and considering the fact that he killed his parents, you'd think that he'd be a little more annoyed about it, and he's just like, just telling jokes and stuff. Something doesn't work.
Oh, sorry, I cut you off. John Z. Wrenched. I get no enjoyment trying to figure out strategically how their crap fits together. I'd rather watch grass grow.
Oh, you're taking a leaf from
Shifty.
Silly Gatwick.
Okay, shall we move on then?
Move along.
So it's delayed already, folks.
Yep.
Oh no.
New look at David Cornsweat as Superman.
He's got his swimming trunks on, everybody.
I almost got excited when you said new look, and then I went, no, he looks exactly the same as you saw him last time.
He does, doesn't he? He's got his swimming trunks on. Those pants are just too big for him. It's ridiculous.
For me, he's not got enough of the carpet carrier taper. Yeah, he's not tapered enough.
No, he's not.
I don't mind that personally. Really, it should the suit's a little bit over designed, to be honest, and the symbol is under designed.
So hold on. So this isn't the one? Is this a new suit they've given him? It's probably the end of the movie where he gets a new suit.
It looks the same to me. I don't know. I can't really see it.
I can't see it either.
I read somewhere they're trying to do that lawsuit again this week. Is that true?
Don't know. Don't care.
They're trying to get it delayed. Certain territories.
Oh, okay.
I thought they'd put it to bed, that lawsuit, but obviously not.
I hope this film is good. I really want to see a good Superman movie. Please, Gunn. Please, even though it looks very cheesy in the ads and the trailers and stuff, I hope it isn't that cheesy.
Wasn't there
enjoyable?
Wasn't there some info that came out in the last few weeks about undergoing reshoots or something? The end, they changed the end or something like that to make it better.
Don't know.
I heard.
Yeah. They're redoing some stuff at the end because the ending didn't test well.
Oh dear, that's never a good sign, is it? Oh dear.
Is this actually confirmed though, or is this rumours?
I hope it's rumours. I'd like to. From what I've seen so far about this, I was kind of optimistic. I know it's not a popular opinion generally, but I quite liked what I saw.
Because there are a substantial amount of Snyder bros who've got a hate hard on for this version of Superman.
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
they really have.
Yeah, but if the truth may be known that Snyder's Superman version and this version look shit, this one looks shit, and the Snyder version wasn't very good at all. The only good thing about the Snyder version was the person they cast as Superman. Yeah, they wasted him completely.
Completely.
Just a bad concept of Superman.
Yeah.
Okay, we will see in about 6 weeks, 7 weeks.
Superman.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't want this movie to be bad, but until now, everything I've seen gives me a feeling that at best it's just going to be okay.
Yeah.
At best. And I'm really hoping I'm wrong. I hope that I go in saying, you know what, I don't have any expectations, and I walk out saying, I'm really surprised at how good this is, but I just don't think that's going to be the case.
So this is it in a nutshell. Draconis, prepare to be underwhelmed.
Or just whelmed.
Yes. That's Superman. Well, I was whelmed.
I just hope that Superman really does do something to the main villain where we could be satisfied with the ending. Go, yes, he gave it to him, didn't he? Yeah, and he stands triumphant, I hope.
And not in a porn parody sense either.
But you know what's going to happen in the ending? Superman's going to talk to the villain and convince him that what he's doing is wrong.
Talk to him, like, just calmly.
Yeah, just calmly. Or Lois is going to save him. Some nonsense like that.
Stephen John, it's shit. Mega.
It is.
So, is it just called Superman, this? Or has it got a subtitle?
Just Superman.
Just Superman.
Okay.
Or stupid
Okay.
man.
Let's move on then. I'm going to have to do mic things. But who can fill and talk about this? When will the BBC learn? Exterminated Doctor Who, Dr. Watt, Wokest Ever Lead, Shooty Gatwa, it is this week, axed after just 2 series with show set to be paused after ratings nosedive.
I have
So
a
if we-
question about this. I've been
Go on.
reporting on this, and I think we've talked about it here in our circles for a long
Mhm.
time. And how is this suddenly a scoop? That's what annoys me. Everybody's like, wow, look at this scoop. It's not a scoop. We've been saying it for a really long time.
Well, it's the papers, isn't it? Papers, they think they've, for the normies, isn't it? Because the normies don't listen to stuff like.
So we
That's
were
the
right.
normies.
And the normies, all those weirdos that go to my reviews and whine and complain, they were wrong and I was right. That's all I have to say. I'm not. I know that sounds like I'm petty and annoyed, but I guess
You're
I
not
am petty
petty
and
at
annoyed.
all.
It
But
is.
they've been decrying his exit for some time now, haven't they? Because I think a few months ago it was he wanted to leave for Hollywood and wanted to put the role behind him. But now this has come out in the Sun, which normally you would just, I don't know, flush it down the toilet.
I wonder.
Um,
I wonder how he feels. Right, he's the only actor that's actually not successful as the Doctor.
Oh, yeah, drink
Even
everything, by the way.
Jodie had her time in the Sun. This guy, almost everyone. didn't
Buy
like
now
him.
or rad wrenched. Price was right, yeah. Price is right. Drink of a bit.
Yeah, and the funny thing is now is that they're trying to do a new spin. I'm not going to get into the politics side of it because I don't want to get Brown in trouble here. But there was a situation where that Eurovision contest, Shooty was supposed to be the one that reads the score for the UK. And what happened is that even though it's the biggest LGBT extravaganza on earth, that Eurovision competition, at least these days it is, he
These
decided
days,
to
yeah.
bail last minute because there's a certain country that he didn't like that was going to participate in the final, so he didn't want to read the scores. Apparently, at least that's what the papers are reporting. And the thing that baffles me is that he doesn't understand a lot about the Middle East because there's certain places that he loves in the Middle East that if he went there, he may not make it out of there if he went to those places. Just saying.
Are you saying that he got Kanye'd?
It's kind of a reverse Kanye in a way. I don't really. Well, actually, is it a reverse? I don't even know. I don't know what to say because it's strange to me. A guy that likes to wear pink dresses. You can look online. There's tons of pictures of him walking around in dresses. There's Middle Eastern countries that if he went to wearing those dresses, that would not be well received. So I don't know why that's like his dream location. You know what I mean? Some of these weirdos baffle me. I don't understand them.
It's the truth that people do not want to accept. Stupid people. You can't argue with stupid people. You can't reason with stupid people. They'll always be stupid.
Okay, so
Well,
why
imagine.
Go.
Oh, sorry. It was just imagine. I mean, why would people not show up to watch this show after he called a bunch of Doctor Who fans gammons and stuff, right? Like, why
Oh,
would
that's awesome.
you know?
That's awesome.
And if you don't like it, stop watching.
Yeah, and if you don't like it, go touch grass. Stop watching.
Yeah.
Imagine what kind of effect that would have on a show. I'm sure that really would help boost your numbers a lot. Yeah.
But the thing is, everything you're saying is very logical. If you said that to the people that are in charge of the show, they will deny the logic. This is what you're fighting against. The truth has.
Of course they
for
will.
them, the truth doesn't hold anything. There's no weight to the truth. They ignore it.
I think what we are finally getting though is that those chickens are finally coming home to roost. That reality is still reality, and
Damn
that when
those
you tell your
chickens.
audience to go away, you're going to stop making money. And in the end, entertainment all comes down to money.
Okay, apparently Disney have paid for 26 episodes.
Yeah, so we've got
16
next
have
week's
been
and
produced.
the short series that they're doing.
So there's
There's-
10 episodes in the air at the moment.
The stupid wind and sea.
Isn't
or
the
whatever.
spin-off
War
considered
between the
Yeah.
land and sea. Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's going to be shit. Everybody knows it's going to
We
be
were
shit.
told that Disney were not happy with what they got.
No, Disney was happy.
No, we were told that. Well, Lee said they weren't.
No. Well, look, Disney gave Russell T all the power that he wanted, right? They knew what Russell T was going to do.
But they didn't expect what they got. That's the
No,
problem.
it's because of the ratings, and it's because nobody's watching it, and because it's abysmal. The
Oh, is that
actual
what it is?
the amount of people that watched it in America and over here was absolutely abysmal. That's why Disney doesn't want to give any money. It's got nothing to do with the content of it, because Disney's very much for the content of what Doctor Who was presenting.
They only wanted it for Bluey. The real thing is that they wanted the rights to Bluey from the BBC, who for some reason held them, and then the only way they could get the deal done is if they could do some financial backing and distribution for Doctor Who. Rumor has it Disney didn't wake up in the morning and say, we love Doctor Who as much as they loved Bluey, thought that would be a major game changer for their streaming service, which in a way it was, because little kids do watch that stupid show, and that actually is something that they do make money on. So for them, throwing the BBC a bone for this Doctor Who thing, they were willing to do it. I mean, I'm sure they hoped it would do well, but once it didn't, that wasn't the primary part of the deal. Whatever they've guaranteed that they'll give the spin-off and those 2 seasons with Shooty, they'll do that. But after that, they're not going to give any more. They've done their part. They have Bluey. They paid this other stupid thing that they were told to pay, and that's it.
Ironically, Bluey is exactly what Shitty Watguan gave to Russell T Davis during the casting.
That's why he got the job, is the rumor.
I mean, it's incredible, isn't it, that they're portraying a black man with an afro and a skirt.
What?
And it boggles my mind that they thought they can get away with this, that they thought that the audience would be accepting of this nonsense, and making every white man in the show really stupid. I don't even think that what's her name who plays is his the white girl there, I can't remember her name.
Millie Gibson.
Millie Gibson. I don't even think she's attractive at all. I don't think she's attractive.
I think that they kind of made her look less than she is. When I see pictures of her in real life, she usually looks better than anything she's ever looked on this show.
Yeah.
Good looking girl.
This is not Doctor Who. I don't think this is ever going to be Doctor Who. And also, if they pause it, right, and they bring it back, and they still, and was it Shooty and the Jodie era is still in the canon, I'm still not watching. They need to eradicate that completely out of the canon so that the real fans can come back. That's what they need to do. They need to stand up at one of the Comic Cons and say, we're retconning the retcon, we want the audience back, and then they'll get their audience back. But
they'll never do it.
They never do it.
They'll never do it.
No. They won't. You see the Barbie dolls, Barbie.
Oh,
is that true? Oh, there.
Well,
this is. Is it true?
I don't think these are the Barbie ones, but the 15.
They are Barbies, yes.
Yep.
Ruby Sunday dolls have finally been revealed.
Ruby Sunday's legs are too thin. She's got chunkier legs, isn't she, in real life?
These are going to fly off the shelves, aren't they?
Yeah, sure. and he looks too tall to be Tilly Gatwick, doesn't he? Tilly Gatwick's a quite short geezer, as far as I can tell. Looks too tall.
These will be flying off the
imply
shelves.
that's like his suit, but really he keeps changing it each time. Sometimes he wears like a dress and stuff.
Why doesn't he have his skirt on?
Yeah,
right.
Exactly.
Where's the skirt? It's a Barbie doll. Where's his skirt?
They shouldn't he be wearing her clothes, and then she should be wearing his clothes? Yeah, that would fit better with the story. But yeah, these will be flying off the shelves when the employees are walking down the aisle, scooping them off into the bin so that they can ship them off to Ollie's.
I can't tell you how angry I am at what they've done to Doctor Who. It's one of my favorite shows of all time.
Yeah, it's pretty
and
good.
They've literally destroyed it. I mean, destroyed is not a good enough word to what they've actually done to it.
Who the hell is going to place them?
72 quid. Fuck that.
I think a lot of mad people will buy it, but not as much as they think is going to buy it. It's not going to come off the shelves. It really isn't.
$71.99. I expect a hand job to come with that.
I think it's a sidestep. So those
See?
are the actual.
Yeah. Girl brand confirmed.
Yep.
One load of
These,
bollocks.
these are 55 US. $55 US.
This is Desperoo, isn't it? Let's put this out.
Yeah.
Yep,
Desperoo, the guy that talks really fast.
Yes.
he does.
And yeah, he does. He talks
Faster
kinda
than you,
talks
Price.
fast and
Faster than me. Yes, that's probably why he has significantly more followers than me. But he is a nice guy. I have to say that
yeah.
any
He-
interaction I've had with him has always been rather positive.
He used to wash his hair though. It's a bit greasy, isn't it?
He needs to spend a bit of money on a personal stylist. Just saying.
I think he got a haircut recently.
Did he? Oh, okay.
I think
That's
so,
not
but
the
I could be
same as
wrong.
a personal stylist, but that's just me. Okay. So what do we want to do, folks? Are we going to go straight to in the bin and then maybe do a bonus stream afterwards?
Your
Keep
call.
them
It's your
separate.
channel.
Yeah, because we're not even halfway through. We're just
Your channel. Your
yeah,
call.
we're not even. We're just miles behind. Shall I do some advanced stuff? Please.
I'll do it.
Okay, we're going to come back afterwards, folks. We're going to finish this stream off, and then I'll throw another link up, and then whoever wants to come back comes back. Okay, so get
Is
in the
it?
bin. No,
Is
just
it
add him.
shoot day?
No, just add him. Just add him. Oh no, it's not Zegler. Zegler's she's been quiet for a while.
Is it Greta?
How dare you?
Zegler doesn't have any new production movies that she is in, and then that thing that she's doing, Evita in London, is not selling great.
No,
But
it's not.
people don't really care about those things on West End in London, anyways. Sorry, guys, but for the most part, normies don't care as much about it. So that's why people aren't even reporting much about it.
Dirty McDirtface, like anyone in Leeds has ever seen style. Well, I will say this. Yes, agreed. But if I'm saying that, he must have a problem. Okay. No, it's not. No.
Is it Gary?
No, I'm not touching that one with a fucking barge pole.
Mm.
Okay. Although it's a bit of politics, folks, so I do apologise.
Boo.
Okay, I kind of was talked a little bit, even though I just scratched the surface.
Occasionally, the politics shows its ugly head, folks. I try not to, but occasionally it does. So I do apologise. Who saw this? Am I allowed to say that word? A boat forced the Dunkirk flotilla, because it was the anniversary of Dunkirk, to divert on its historic crossing. The French Navy asked the British ships to get out of the way. It is one of the most important days in our history, and they are shoving them out of the way. Sums it up. So it's the French Navy, folks, in the bin.
You know, they can use their navy to stop other types of boats.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. I mean, I can understand why this would be irritating.
It's a big problem in the UK at the moment, this.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been in the UK in years, and I'll say that looking at it from the side, maybe when you live there it feels different, but looking at it from the side, I feel like you guys are really not what you used to be. Like, it looks like a whole different place now.
Didn't one of your guys came over here the other day? What's his name? Charlie Kirk. He's a big YouTuber, isn't he?
But I don't have anything to do with him. But
yeah, he
may have gone there. But any kind of video I see, it just, unless the videos just show a skewed version of reality, there, it looks very different from the times that I visited in the past.
It's a big problem in the UK at the moment, folks, and because of the way it is, we can't really say much about it, can we? Really?
Well, you can. I'm thinking about opening a digging shop in Calais.
Yeah, I know.
Fucking minted.
Yeah, fucking minted. Okay, that's the French, everybody, and finally. Struggling.
France is also very different than what it used to be. They used to be these kind of snooty, people in their thing, and I don't know. Now the vibe there is different as well. I mean, I'm not saying there can't be immigration from different places, but when the place starts to not even seem like what it was,
can we start calling other races colonizers now?
Yeah, it's like reverse colonization, isn't it? I think the French.
You come over here, colonizer.
Why are you gay? I think the French have got bigger problems than the UK at the moment, but not.
Yeah, well, they are French.
There's that as well, and their mustard sucks. Shall we?
I'll stop short of saying what I think happened in these countries. Because
please don't. No, please don't. I want a channel to come back to.
Right. Nothing happened. I actually don't know what happened in these countries.
Price, move along. Nothing to see. Move along. Come on.
I genuinely don't know. Yeah, let's move along.
And finally.
Okay. And finally, thank you. I was struggling on finally this week. So this is the only thing I could come up with. Who saw this?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Paramount cancelling Star Trek. Great Reset rumored again.
Good. This is the what they really should have done with Doctor Who. I don't know. Give it a 5 years, rest it, get some really talented writers to come up with an excellent series idea. Give it time. Let it cook. Let it develop.
Aren't they making the Academy Star Trek thing?
So yeah, that's already
2 seasons
in the making. Yeah.
All
so
right.
it sounds like potentially Paramount is considering. And there's been a few different sources for some of these rumors, but it sounds like potentially they've just decided that they are just going to buy out Kurtzman's contract. Secret Hideout's not making anything else new. And Star Trek is done. Like, so the stuff that's already been made, I guess, goes out.
Yeah.
But that's it. Stuff that's in production canceled. Stuff that
can I just point out the complete absence of Kirk on that?
Of course, can't put him on there.
They never put him on stuff.
Yeah, it's absurd.
It's obscene.
Yeah, but you know what? Great. Stop making Star Trek. Stop making this garbage that you've been pumping out. You make stuff like Section 31, one of the most embarrassing things that's ever had the name Star Trek placed on it. I'll watch Spock's Brain 10 times over before I'll ever watch that again.
That's how fucking bad it is.
It's just one of the worst things I've ever seen. It's so bad. But no, cancel this. And then, let it rest. 5 years? No, give it 10. Let it rest for 10 years. Wait till someone who actually knows what the hell they're doing to come back and try and make this show.
I disagree on one aspect. If they waited for the contract to finish, 2 years, I think it is, just wait 2 years. Just make sure they've got all the people they want behind the scenes, get the stories up to spec. They could have something out in 2 years. If it's good, people will come. Yeah.
Well, I don't know. From what I understand, they can't have anyone working on Star Trek that isn't through Secret Hideout while his contract is still available. Well, while it's still going. So that means just more Academy and more other.
Everybody wants Terry Matalis to come back, don't they?
I was just going to say that.
Nah.
But he's on Disney, isn't he?
Yeah.
Terry Matalis, he tried his best, but unfortunately, you still had that shit in Star Trek, so he had to deal with that as well.
One show packed full of member berries does not prove to me that he could come back and be in charge of Star Trek. And
also, it was okay. It wasn't perfect. Making the Enterprise fly like the Millennium Falcon was another.
That
I
was
almost
ridiculous.
threw something at the screen when I saw that. So.
The only thing I can say about Matalis is that it seemed like he came in and he wasn't actively trying to take a dump on fans. Under the circumstances, which they told him that he couldn't change the lore of what they'd already inserted and what they were expecting from him in terms of like a series. I think that he did the best he could under those circumstances. But like you guys said, I don't know. It's not enough for me to be able to tell what he would do if he was given something alone. I will say that if I had to choose now, if it's like Kurtzman making a show or separated from Kurtzman, you give Terry Matalas a chance to do one series. I would prefer Terry Matalas.
Oh, yes.
But I'm not saying that he's the best option.
No. Again, right? He had to deal with the shit as well when he was making that. But thing is, though, you can tell that there's still some people pulling the strings when he was making that. Because for me, having Beverly Crusher being like this action hero in the beginning, that's when I just sighed when I saw that. I was like,
maybe.
What the fuck? She was never like that before. Suddenly she's I don't know, Captain Kirk all of a sudden with her face pulled to an nth degree.
You go, James Caserta, Hello, James. Picard was he was a replicant, yes.
Absolute rubbish, wasn't it? Absolute nonsense.
So sorry, Dave.
And what's that stupid
I love
excuse?
you, Mega Geek.
The stupid excuse they use for Data. Why is fuck's sake?
Yeah, that was dumb.
Well, at least he tried to lose a bit of timber for the...
Doesn't matter. It should have been a CGI Data or something. It should have been, or just a voice or something. Do you know what I mean? Why bring back? Because he had to bring the actor back. It's like, you can't bring him back. Data's an android. He doesn't age. What is this shit? You know what I mean? So it wasn't perfect, but it was better than the shit that Kurtzman was giving us. That's for sure.
On that bombshell.
Mr. Cruz. Mr. Cruz.
That is it, folks. Look out for the link. We'll see if we can rustle some bodies up. We'll do some Star Wars after this, folks. That is it, folks. Chat, you are wonderful. Thank you for the interaction, the supers, and turning up, listening to these gammons talk shite. So, chat, you are wonderful. We will see you hopefully in a few minutes' time. So, I'm going to thank the guests. Let's get them big screen. Price of reason.
Okay, I'm going to do my PSA now. I'm sharing in the chat my live stream channel, which is a separate channel than my regular channel. And sometimes people don't know about it. And I'm trying to kind of bring up the numbers there. So if anybody wants to do a nice deed today, subscribe to Price of Reason Live, which I just shared the link
to Swapper's channel as well.
That too.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Price, cheers, mate. Mega Geek, cheers in.
Yep, no worries.
Not Pedro Pascal. Cheers, not Pedro Pascal.
Thanks for the invite, Mr. Brown. Thanks for everyone that's wishing me a happy birthday. I love you all.
Yeah,
thanks for the panel. Thanks for the panel. You're great company. You're all fantastic. And I may see you next week. Thank you very much.
Are we going to do some Star Wars straight after this, mate?
Well, possibly. I didn't know about this. Well, what's going on?
Bonus stream, mate. Professor R2. Cheers, Prof.
Cheers.
And last but by no means least, great to have him back. Z3PO. Cheers, mate. Cheers, Z.
You're very welcome. Thanks for the chat. Thanks for the panelists. And thanks for the slides, I guess. Hey, we've got more slides. Hang around. We're coming back.
We'll come back, do some Star Wars. That is it, folks. We will see you rather quickly, probably about 10-15 minutes. If we don't see you then, have a great week, everybody. We'll see you in a bit. Take care, everybody. Bless you.
Thank you.